I think he's only played about 6 minutes so far against Denver in the 14 games they've played against them.
Gosh.
So tonight he should get major minutes. And then our buddy Mark Haynes says that the Sac Observer has learned that Nick Clifford starts tonight. That's not confirmed yet, but that's a pretty good source. So that would be fun.
That would be really fun, and cleansing our palate, as Alan would say, or just giving us something to refresh. The lineups have been different throughout the season, but this will probably be the youngest lineup we see. And we've seen Reno in the past few games be inserted in that, and that's been fun watching him grow. And like you said, that will continue tonight with a huge challenge with the Joker. And again, it's fire. What is it? Fire by trial. Trial
by fire. Baptism by fire.
That's pretty much what it is right now for these young guys. But I think seeing Neek for the first time as a starter will be really interesting, and that's why I feel like I think the over was like 8 or so, or the point spread was like 8.5 or something for him.
I thought Kyle said for Neek.
For Neek,
yeah.
So I think he'll get some tonight.
I think even if Maxime Reynaud gets, demolished tonight, which is likely,
it's
matter. Still one of those, he's going to pick up a few things.
Yeah, you've got to. Those are the games that matter the most. By the way, Neek's coming up from Stockton, where he played 2 nights ago, and I think that'll be good, just get his confidence up down there, play tonight against a really good team.
Not to make too much of it, there's been a lot of drama swirling around the team and a lot of talk about what's going on and how do the fans feel. But I think it will be interesting to see what the mood is in the building tonight. It's going to be that way for a while.
Yeah. I think even going back a couple of weeks, we had a discussion in KA. I can't remember if you were in on that, but it was very interesting to kind of see. What game was that, Whitey? Do you remember?
That was Memphis.
Might have been Memphis. There's EKA right there. We got to do better 7-7. I mean, you're sharper in the brain in 7-7. I knew you were 8-6 material.
Yeah.
But going back to that game,
that was a 9-5 recollection.
Yeah, there was. It was. Might have been double digits, actually.
Yeah.
Now we see why you were a champ a couple years ago. You just had a lull. That's okay.
I did.
But I think looking at that game, and I believe it was Memphis, they announced 15 and some change. And everybody that I had spoken to was like, nah, more like 11, 10, 11, right? Just eyeballing it. But at the same time, I had got a few people that said the vibes were just off. Like it just didn't feel like a Kings game. And so I think you're spot on, Whitey. I'm very interested to see how the fans react to the squad and how many, because this is, first game in a week or so, how many people are going to show up.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, because they've been off. It's been a weird, they've been off more
they've been
so
off
than
in
they
a
had at
number
any
of
other
ways.
point. That's true as well.
And everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Scott Perry, who was on the show yesterday, and y'all know that by now. If you don't, you can go check it out on YouTube. He did have a message for the fans, and patience was part of that message. But I do still feel like there are fans that are, they're so dedicated here and so passionate. That was
your question, by the way. That was an 11-3 question for him.
That was, I thought
maybe
that was
12-2.
because you can. That's the thing. It's like, Scott, I'm giving you a chance to honestly say to the fans yourself what you want to say, because we could say all we want. Hey, be patient, do this, do that. But that came from Scott. So, but I think the fans here are super passionate. They're really dedicated. And so I know there'll be fans out there, but the vibe has something to do with it as well, like you mentioned, Jay. And if the vibe is kind of bleh, then it's like the players feel that too.
I think it's going to be that way for a while. And I know I've said this before because we're still kind of in that limbo. And I know we've talked about this before. But until they start to move off of some of the older players and really take that sharp turn that everyone can see, all right, here we go with the younger guys, even though that team, when they make that turn, is probably not going to be winning a lot of games, I think it'll be easier for fans to just get a sense of, okay, I see what we're doing now. I can get behind it. It's just hard to get behind it when I'm not sure what it is. And they're kind of stuck in that for now.
You're in that middle zone right now with hope of with the trade deadline coming up, everything opening up, it's going to start to change. But then we really can't say that either because with Scott Perry saying and telling us yesterday, don't be just set on this December 15th date.
Dang it.
Because it could be. I know, Whitey. I know you are kind of. You're like, I just want an early Christmas present. I just want something on December 15th to move.
Yeah, because like I said, we've kind of been in that neutral zone. And, like December 15th, we just got to get to December 15th. We're almost there.
Right.
We're almost there. Well, don't think anything's going to happen on December 15th. Come on.
It's like almost like being told, like, you were on the naughty list. You got to wait till next year
Give
to
us
get any
something
gifts.
to work with, Scott Perry.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Enjoyed the conversation yesterday.
Yeah, and appreciate him coming on the show, like I said.
Very much.
It was, I thought he was as honest as he could be, transparent as he could be about the questions we asked, and you had some, direct questions that needed answering, and, that I thought he did a good job.
If I'd have known about your issues, well, we didn't really have time, but we could have asked him, GM to GM, what do you do about Kayla's inability to get this thing going ever since you won a championship?
I think that is a question, if I'm on in the future here, filling in, that is something we're going to have to ask him. Mm-hmm. I need advice at this point, okay? Mm-hmm. I mean,
maybe 3 to 5 year rebuild. What do you think, Jay? Kayla needs that 3 to 5 year fantasy football rebuild.
I think Kayla better take the shortcut version.
I'm not a shortcut kind of gal, but in this situation, I can't wait that long. I need some confidence back in the fantasy world.
That's fair.
The toughest part too is, and we're gonna have to expand on this. She blamed it all on Baker. And then she blamed it on injuries, like wide receivers. But Baker is on his shoulders, I could tell. It's like, Baker let me down.
Right. There was I could have done this or I could have done that. It was Baker.
Baker killing me.
And I had a chance, and, this is the GM Kayla's fault here. I had a chance to switch him out the last couple of weeks and put Joe Burrow in, who was playing a lot better in terms of at least the point part of it. And I didn't do it. I stuck with Baker.
Well, good thing you didn't pick up Joe Burrow because you hear what he says. If I'm not having
you hear
fun,
that? Yeah.
what am I doing? And so now people are saying, he's asking out of Cincinnati.
Right. He's like, I'm not having fun anymore, even though I've been injured so many times and it's my fault I'm sitting on the bench. Well, it's not his fault, but he's been injured.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is how it goes.
A Bengal fan, and I have been known to have a Bengal blanket on our bed. It's been a while, though.
Oh.
Or I'm a member of the Bengals. I would feel like, kind of understand what you're saying there, how you feel, but just shut up.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Mm-hmm. You just got back, by the way.
Yes.
It's not like your team is really that. I mean, you are a catalyst of your team. You kind of launch them when you're healthy. It's not really something I would have said.
Right. And you want him to be something of a leader, right? Especially when they've had some issues here, primarily because of his injury. And
but he's been,
I'm not having
he's
fun.
dating a model. He's got his other life going, some of these quarterbacks nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
And some are comparing him to Andrew Luck.
Oh, wow. Well, that's going to get, that'd be crazy.
In what form?
In the form of, Andrew Luck was a guy that decided, I don't really want to do this anymore. I'm really good at it, but there's other things I'd rather do. And people are starting to wonder now, fairly or unfairly, if maybe Bruce Arians said today on Up and Adams, he's tired of the injuries. I see a little bit of Andrew Luck sitting in that training room for 3, 4, 5 years in a row, never getting any downtime. It wears on you. I picked them to win the AFC North and beat the Bills last week. Joe is playing lights out. Then those 2 crazy picks. Yeah, I think he is very, very frustrated because he likes winning. He's used to winning.
You see that? Wait a minute, Kayla, before you jump in there, let me just...
That's the quarterback whisperer.
Yeah, but...
By the way, he's on the television screens in here.
You see how he threw those crazy picks? No, he threw picks.
Yeah.
He threw 2 picks.
2 crazy picks.
Yeah, he threw 2 picks, man.
What is a crazy
he be
pick?
getting the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, what is a crazy pick, by the way? Bruce, can you put a definition to that? But in all seriousness, guys, the thing with Andrew Luck, I get kind of what he's saying with the injury thing. Andrew Luck had serious injuries that could, if he continued to play, could have really hurt his health down the road. And I know, I'm not trying to say your injury is worse than this. I think his was like a neck. There were some more serious things with Andrew Luck and why he retired. I do feel like he fell out of love with the game. I think Joe is just kind of pouting.
Yeah, one reporter, this is apparently how it started, asked Joe Burrow if the turf toe injury that kept him out for 10 weeks had affected the way he views the game. Quote, if I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I have been through a lot. If it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? Okay.
I don't feel sorry for you, Joe. I'm sorry. You're making millions of dollars, and I get you put your body on the line, but that's your choice.
He added later on, after he said that, he said, there's just a lot of things going on right now. So
Maybe he's dealing with some other stuff.
maybe he is.
Get better, Burrow.
Yeah. I have never seen two crazier picks than the crazy picks.
Yeah, man, those were crazy.
Last week.
Those were crazy, man.
Yeah. And Jay, one of the reasons I'll bring that up, Jay is just enjoying this
because he does not like Joe
Burrow guy.
Yeah. Why is that, Jay?
He's a golden boy. He's one of those, put on the pedestal for the NFL golden boy quarterbacks. And I get it. There's a handful, but the one thing is like even with Pat Mahomes, he's earned it. You got to give Pat Mahomes his love, right? Josh Allen, he's earned it. And I understand people are going to say, well, he doesn't have championships, but he's earned it. Like Joe Burrow, look at him. There's some questions for me.
He beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
He did. Couldn't figure it out, though. That's a one-off. Everybody gets a one-off.
Yeah.
Got to do it a few more times. Yeah. And the injury situation. He's been to the playoffs, once? That year, right?
Bowl. He's been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, when they beat I think it was the Titans at it was like in Nashville, and they went on to
Chiefs, and then they lost to the Rams.
Yep.
So they, unlike your team won the championship and then kind of fell on hard times. They never actually won the championship before.
This, I feel like, will be a theme that will run throughout the day. That Kayla's fantasy team, 7-7, not 6-7, 7 and there were some 6-7s. 7-7 did not make.
Just trying to help you out.
You know what? I would like some fantasy advice from people if they want to get in on the chat or give a call. Like, just if you're a really good GM in your fantasy league, I'm going to step out there and say I need help.
Yeah. So would it hurt if I know you're done now, but like if Baker throws? It's unlikely.
Yes, it would hurt.
Like 5 touchdown passes.
And Ibuka, because I also had Ibuka on my team.
Oh, okay.
Who has not been Ibuka-ing lately.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, your team was competitive this year.
They were right there.
Yeah.
It was right there. And, I also get very competitive on Sundays. And, my nephew, I've taught him well. He is super competitive when it comes to his fantasy teams. Okay. But he made his playoffs in his league.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's from the Kayla
consultant.
The Kayla coaching tree.
I've been consulting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Told him pick up Stafford.
Have you been, as your team, consistently competitive?
Yeah, I would say it's consistent. There was one blowout.
Accountable, competitive, tough, team-oriented, and disciplined?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is one thing. I could make Scott Perry's roster in a heartbeat with that. Probably not the most naturally gifted talent, but all those things, check.
Because that's what I hear is your culture's terrible.
Bad culture right here. I come from such everything's given to me.
Sources telling you that? Why?
That's what I've heard. Because people look at that and say that's a 9 or 10 win team, but 7-7. Why?
Bad culture.
Could have been injuries.
Definitely.
The GM has come to the press conference to the podium and said, my people are hurt.
Wasn't my fault.
I was accountable just now, and I said, you know what? I need some help. I need people to call in and tell me what I need to do to be better.
There you go.
Have you ever heard I had it as a drop when Jason Kidd last year, 2 years ago, was like, I'm just watching. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine will be watching, not playing tonight with right thumb soreness. Totally unfair. Don't know anything, but I have to admit, this time of year, with players eligible to be traded as soon as Monday, when a guy has right thumb soreness, I'm just keeping an eye on that.
Yeah.
I'm probably off base there, but I'm just keeping an eye on it.
It is one of those things, it's starting to almost play into what we've wanted to see is more minutes for some of these younger guys. And I'm also putting in like Keegan Murray in that category, Keon Ellis. I'm not just talking about the rookies because things have been mysteriously kind of, okay, Dennis Schroeder, he's been out with the hip for a while. Domas obviously has been out and is going to be reevaluated soon, but now you said LaVine with the thumb thing. I think it's hard for us to be outsiders and judge whatever they're going through. We're not players. We don't go through that.
Oh, right,
stuff.
right. I always give a player who says he's hurt
the benefit of the doubt.
Learned,
but it is a little interesting that it's kind of, I guess, happening organically with maybe now the minutes going to go up a little more for some of these guys, and the log jam, it's not as big of a log jam.
Yeah.
So now how do we see things, go in terms of Keon Ellis's minutes and so on and so forth?
Yeah, and to be clear, I'm not accusing
in
any way, shape, or form Zach LaVine of anything.
But it is
It's just
interesting how this is going.
If you have a deal for somebody, I don't think they do, sometimes you want that person to sit. That's all.
I think it's fair for us
potentially.
to say that right now because the trade, how do I say this right?
It's the unofficial start of
the
trade
trade. Yeah, there we go.
Because it's when people that signed
exactly
in the summer are eligible to be traded.
Right.
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Is coming up. And so it's like we have to talk about, this could be a potential situation.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here from Manny. Whitey, Kayla J. Out of the vets like Dennis, Domas, LaVine, Monk, and DeMar, who do you think will get traded first?
Ooh. Well, okay, we got Dennis Schroeder on there, Domas, okay.
And
LaVine
Dennis Schroeder's just been out with
Monk.
a hip flexor.
Yeah.
Which I have something sort of like a hip flexor issue right now, and I can barely walk around the building. So
I was
going to
say, because you've even said that it's pretty sore.
Yeah.
And you're not running.
No.
Up and down the court.
Right. It takes me 40 minutes to get from here to the parking lot when I go home. So
I know we had to carry him out last night,
yes,
folks.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
I think it could be. Look, I think it could be Monk, and I don't want it to be Monk or DeMar. DeMar, but he has a bigger contract.
I would guess DeMar just because of what people like Sam.
Yeah.
Well, there's no other people like Sam, but like Sam Amick has said, and others have suggested, of all of the contracts, his should be the easiest to move. Mm-hmm. Partial guarantee next year, proven commodity, so teams know what they're getting. A lot of upside,
He's not. He doesn't cause issues.
And he's just. Bzzz. You can quibble with. He doesn't do as much of this or that, but what he does do, he does it all the time,
consistent,
every game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be my guess.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. You kind of know, I think, in that situation what you're getting, and if you're a team that really is going to try to go grab someone, it's for a reason, and so that's what makes it hard too, though, and why the Kings might be waiting for a second because not every team right now is like we have to have that. So. But I do feel like he would be the best.
I also think this is not a way a team can necessarily look at it, but I think he's the one who deserves to move on first.
Yeah, he deserves to be a winner towards the end of his career.
Mm-hmm. And find his way to a situation that's better for him and, hinges on, obviously, this is not a charity, as you know. You're a GM yourself, although not the most successful one. But you got to get something back. So.
You do. It is a business when it comes down to it. But speaking of that, that's how he's handled it too. He's been such a pro, and you can't ask for anything more.
Yeah, that was an interesting point that Sam Amick made today when he was on with Dave and Jason and Christopher Ladd. He said, to his knowledge, none of the players have requested a trade.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, they probably, and I assume that's true, but they probably haven't had to. When you request a trade, it's because maybe a team doesn't want to move you, and you're like, I'm done, I want out.
Yeah.
And my guess is at this point with this team, everyone knows we're going this way, and we know you guys are going somewhere else, so we'll figure it out. No one needs to demand a trade.
No, and that doesn't make you look great as a player anyway.
It doesn't really help anything.
It doesn't help at all. And you had mentioned Sam Amick as well had come out with that a while ago, making it known that the Scott Perry interview that he did that almost everybody was available. So that had been put out there. Yeah. So that's a great point that you make. You don't have to go and ask the organization.
A lot of people have been waiting for years since De'Aaron Fox made it clear that he might want to get out. And I don't think he ever, in all fairness, he never demanded a trade, never asked for a trade. But people around the country have been waiting for Domas to do the same thing. Apparently, it has not happened.
I don't see Domas doing that. I think if it's going to happen, it will happen. But I don't think Domas is the personality either, where he wants to go and be like, "Hey, I'm a little diva." I don't think that is his personality either.
Yeah, we'll come back with a look at a couple of former Kings who are enjoying this year's in-season tournament. And OKC could win the Triple Crown, but is that even a thing? Next, Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
on Sactown Sports 1140.
The Sactown Sports 49ers report is being brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. San Francisco improves to 9-4 with a road win in Cleveland 26-8. Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy both rushed for touchdowns in the victory. The defense was stellar, forcing 2 fumbles and holding Shadur Sanders to just 115 yards passing. Next up for San Francisco is Tennessee. You can catch all the action on Sunday, beginning at noon, right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
You drove the miles and your tires are done. Got to shop the best prices under the sun at Big O. Big O Tires.
Now through January 4th, get $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nitto, Toyo, or Nexen brand tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installations required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Your night out deserves more than the ordinary. At Revival at the Sawyer, downtown Sacramento's rooftop oasis, you'll find signature beverages, chef-crafted bites, and a view that makes every moment shine. Kick off your evening in style or wrap it up with energy, because Revival isn't just a stop, it's the heartbeat of the night. Revival, the place to see and be seen. Settle into lush indoor-outdoor seating, take in the sounds of live DJs, and to let the city energy carry you into the night. Book your reservation at revivalsacramento.com.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys.
Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Yeah, it's a season of miracles. And it looks like Phillip Rivers might actually start this week. We'll talk more about that in about 10 minutes. About word out of Indianapolis is, it looks like they're getting ready to start him.
That's wild. I mean, we were just trying to figure out who'd play him in a movie if this all happened. Now we really might actually have to find that person.
I'm sticking with Dennis Quaid. That's my guy.
Wasn't Jay going to look that up or something?
You gotta.
Dennis Quaid.
No, I was saying because he said Dennis Quaid couldn't throw the ball.
Oh, that's right.
He's in Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday, yeah.
Because he's the quarterback, I think, that got replaced by
Willie Beeman.
Yeah,
he's the Shark. Wasn't his name the
he
Shark?
Was Cap something.
Oh, the Shark was defense. Was that LT?
I don't know, but Cap something. That was Dennis Quaid in Any Given Sunday.
I got to go back and watch that movie again. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And Willie went over to the Cardinals.
Yeah. Was it Steamin' Willie Beeman?
Steamin' Willie Beeman.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Keep the girls gleaming, you know what I mean?
Keep the girls gleaming. I'm interested to watch. I mean, I was going to try to watch the game anyway because Seattle's playing, but now Rivers is going to be involved. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Dennis Quaid. Yeah, I'm just looking for the name of the
How
character.
old is Dennis Quaid, by the way, now?
He's
Gotta be in
probably
his early 60s?
Yeah,
I would
guess.
think so. So he'd have to have a lot of hair and makeup done to.
I don't know.
I mean, Phillip looks good.
Rooney. He's Cap Rooney.
Cap Rooney.
Jack Cap Rooney.
He still looks pretty good. Dennis Quaid does.
How old is he?
71.
Wow.
He's 71.
Perfect. Yes, because it's
Are you
a
calling
movie.
Phillip?
No, we're exaggerating reality a little bit to make our point. So, like, here's Phillip Rivers. People watch the movie like, oh, my goodness.
What,
that
in a wheelchair?
guy's playing quarterback? Oh, it'd be perfect. He's a very youthful-looking 71.
He is. I just looked up a photo of him. But Phillip Rivers looks good, too.
I think
for
so.
44.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah, I think Dennis Quaid might have to put on a fat suit or something.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phillip's up in his weight a
Phillip
little.
says, I don't know what I weigh.
Exactly.
That's what my daughter says. My daughter's like you. She's our oldest daughter. She's really into fitness and yoga and stuff. When it comes to, like, weight, she goes, it doesn't matter what you weigh.
No.
It's what, do you feel good? Are you healthy? And then you're good. You don't have to run to the scale every day and see what you weigh.
That's the worst thing to do. Well, unless you're on a weight journey and you really do have to document it. But once you feel like you're at your healthy weight, you really don't. You just kind of stay there. And then if you go through a hard time, obviously, you may probably know that I got to get back on track.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask you, we'll get back to the NBA here. Before we do, I'm going to ask you one of the most cliche sports style questions, but I know you're a big football expert fan. So what's your favorite football movie?
Ooh, Remember the Titans is one of my favorites.
I don't mean to start that whole thing, because we get a million calls and everybody does it, but I was curious what yours was.
Remember the Titans, but I do like Friday Night Lights, but I actually am more obsessed with the Friday Night Lights series that went on for years. I know that's not a movie, but I thought that was one of the better, series that they've done in terms of a sports series.
Yeah, I'd probably say Remember the Titans. How about you, Jay?
Draft day. No, I'm playing.
Draft day. I love it. Oh, my goodness.
As long as no one said Little Giants or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Off the top of my head, maybe The Program.
Ooh, all
right.
Yeah,
that's a good
maybe
one.
Program. I like Any Given Sunday, too. I thought it was trying to think of something else off the top of my head.
I know, because there's been like, I'm not like a Rudy's okay. That wasn't like my thing though. Like I was like, I feel like that was more like everyone jumped on that.
Necessary
story.
Roughness.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
Comedy.
Is that the
Sinbad
one where
Company.
Kathy Ireland's the kicker, or maybe that's a different movie?
That might
There is one with
be
her in
Necessary
it.
Roughness.
That
in
is?
college, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I'm with that.
All right.
I'm with
the football scenes in Any Given Sunday, to me, they feel weird and they remind me of games in London where the fans don't really understand everything. And the atmosphere. And they're getting better because I played so many games there now. But everything, it doesn't sound right and it's kind of echoey. And the football scenes in that movie, to me, it feels like that's not.
Because it was brutal. It was aggressive. It was edgy.
Yep.
It was kind of the way of the point a view was kind of like it's rough.
Yeah.
You know,
and I guess that was the point. Again, like my point about having a 71-year-old play Phillip Rivers. You're exaggerating things a little bit.
Oh, how about Radio, by the way? That was a good movie.
Oh, Radio was a good movie.
That's a great
Radio.
movie. Yeah.
Radio.
So he's in 2 football movies, right?
Who was that?
The guy who plays Radio.
Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Yeah.
Because he's
I
also
met him.
in Jerry Maguire.
He is in Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. He's Rod Tidwell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
Arizona
I
Cardinals.
like that movie too.
He got into some trouble later in his years, but yeah.
He's also the deep sea diver in one of those movies.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Just
a deep sea diver. What? And another movie, you mean?
He's like the first, and it's based on a real story, like the first African American deep sea diver in the Navy or something like that.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I haven't seen it, but I remember when it came out.
I'm gonna look it up now. You gotta look it up.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think Johnny Unitas is in Any Given Sunday. The great Johnny Unitas, I think he's a coach. And I don't think he has any speaking part or anything.
He's just
but
there.
Like, they show him on the sideline once, and he's like coaching one of the other teams. Okay. Anyway.
Look at here, Kevin with the sports movie facts.
You know what? I'm watching last night. Maybe you were watching too. The Lakers and the Spurs. And I know yesterday I said the cup has not really just grabbed me much, but there was a little juice in that game last night. The Spurs without Wemby, and they were giving the Lakers what for? And I don't know if it was because it was for the cup, but the Spurs were locked in.
Yeah, and like you said, they don't have Wemby right now, and Fox is there, and clearly he's got he does play with a different type of attitude, right? And has been doing well.
Yes,
since Wemby's been out of the lineup,
he's playing really well, and just watching them, every so often. And last night was one of those times I'm watching, I'm thinking, Harrison Barnes is a pretty good player.
And it could be, again, sometimes you got to get out of one situation to be in a better situation, and that helps play. That happens all the time in sports, right? And so that could just be the situation that he's in has allowed him to flourish, and with the different parts around him, but he has been playing well.
I think it depends on what he's asked to do. And a lot of people when he was here thought he was going to be like, you got to average like 18 to 20 points a game. And he's not that. He was that once, I think, with Dallas, but he's not that. But if you put him in a lesser role, he's really solid, and he'll do a lot of things that help you win.
Yeah.
When he was here, Kayla, fans were, because he'd score like 16 the next night, he'd score 4, and people would call the whole next day, get rid of him.
They were mad.
He's terrible.
Yeah, and now it's like you don't even want to really look over there right now to see what's going on. You can't compare that because it's a different situation they're in.
Yeah.
But it is always kind of frustrating when you're seeing those guys and they kind of figure it out at a different place.
But he's a good player. And then you also got, of course, Mike Brown, who has coached the Knicks into the semifinals
of the Cup.
Yeah.
There's some interesting storylines right now, and I think the biggest one is, can Oklahoma be that team that goes and wins the Cup and then goes back to win another trophy, this year?
People have talked about the Triple Crown. Is that a thing? What do you think, Jay? If Oklahoma City can have the best record in the league and win the in-season tournament and win the NBA title, is that the Triple Crown? Is that a thing?
Pretty call her Seabiscuit. It's pretty close. Yeah. It's pretty close to doing, the unthinkable. I've seen a lot of people, and as Kayla talked about, it's becoming a topic. I would say, the way it looks right now.
Yeah.
If you look at, it's almost a Tiger Woods, point of view. Him versus the field. Like, if you telling me right now, I'm taking OKC. I mean, they played fantastic without J-Dub.
24-1.
Yeah, them boys are balling.
And the Warriors were the best start.
That's
the
incredible.
2016 Warriors, 15-16.
And like you said, they haven't been, it's not, any team is not really ever perfectly healthy. But that's what they've been able to do with that team. Like, they have all the right pieces. And when someone does go down, they feel comfortable enough that they can still, plug and play, and they still are killing teams,
I've never done this. I'm going to defend Grayson Allen. I can't stand Grayson Allen.
Okay.
And also, Chet Holmgren's my elevator buddy because we rode the elevator.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And last night, Chet Holmgren setting a screen on Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen just buries his shoulder in him. Flagrant 2, and they threw him out.
Yeah.
I do not agree with that.
Yes. If you're going to give him a flagrant, all right, but to throw him
out of the game, I agree. But I guess that's what you get when you are going up against, and you're going up against the defending champs, and they got all the clout. That's just, I feel like how the league is.
Yeah, if I ask you guys right
it's like Joker
now,
flops. Sorry.
12, 11, 25, OKC or the field, where are you taking?
I would always take the field because there's so many things that could happen.
Okay.
But I
playing
have to
odds. You're playing odds.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't think I would usually say this but I seriously, OKC is. I think it's so they're different. It could be just one of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just go with them.
Yeah, that's hard to argue with. I'm just kind of figuring, there's so many things that can happen, but that's probably.
But it's not the NFL.
Right.
This year, at least, right?
That's true. Yeah, you actually have great teams. And not everybody just in that mix. Mm-hmm. When we come back, our guest from yesterday, Jeff Howe, he told us I'm working on a piece on Phillip Rivers. Well, he posted it today, and he shares what people around the NFL insiders actually think of Phillip Rivers' comeback. And we'll share that with you next on Sactown Sports.
A Sacramento tradition continues this year. The Santa Parade. Free for all to enjoy circling Capitol Park beginning at 10 a.m. December 13th, the joy of the holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to Sacramento with the 41st Santa Parade. Join Sactown Sports 1140 December 13th beginning at 10 a.m.
Brought to you in part by Elk Grove Chevrolet, Western Health Advantage, and OK Tire and Automotive.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Ulta Beauty's big holiday beauty sale is back with up to 50% off must-have gifts. Shop irresistible deals like the Shark Beauty Flex Style and Benefit Cosmetics travel size mascaras. With new offers weekly, same-day pickup or delivery, and our trusted associates, we make holiday shopping effortless. Head into Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
The clock is ticking. This holiday season, give the gift they'll really love. A new Honda from Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Happy Honda days are happening right now. Score big with low payments, top trade-in value, and a huge selection of new Hondas, all at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Our country is held together by small businesses. That's a fact. It's also a fact that 9 out of 10 of those small businesses will fail. Why? Because it's hard. Really, really hard to build a profitable business from the ground up today. Pure Talk knows that. They started as a small American wireless company determined to keep their customer service in this country. It worked. And today, Pure Talk is determined to help other small businesses prosper by offering them the same white glove service the big guys get. Same service, same 5G network at a truly affordable price. Pure Talk is focused on businesses that employ welders and roofers, electricians, plumbers, HVAC techs, the people who keep the lights on. If that sounds like your business, give Pure Talk Business a try and see just how much you could save. Dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who understands the power of small business. Pure Talk.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Donate 5 canned foods this month and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check from Maverick Electrical. Book now at callmaverick.com. Limited appointments, restrictions apply. Give to get with no gimmicks.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think Happy Honda Days. Let's explain. Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Happy stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more important words. And days is how long you have to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's 2025 Accord, Pilot, and Ridgeline year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Thanks to those who helped us out with the movie Men of Honor is the Cuba Gooding Jr. movie where he portrayed the gentleman
Carl Brashear.
Thank you. Who actually was the first master diver in U.S. Navy history. She was like one of those sea diver cats. Yeah.
Talk about a job. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
You know how much money you would have to give me to send me down there in the depths of the
Ditto.
of the ocean?
Yeah, I'm afraid of Jaws in a pool, let alone an ocean. You know, that movie just...
I read a book about, you know where the Farallones are? If you're in San Francisco and you look out, there's actually some islands you can see out there on a clear day. And around, actually this time of year, a little earlier, great whites go there.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah. And, you know, they used to have like diving competitions out there and they didn't know that's great whites go there. And they had it when they go and they stopped doing that. But there's some guy that goes out there and he might be a deep sea diver with the helmet and everything. And he would go out there to get abalone, I guess, and he realized no one else is coming out here, so I'm going to take my chances, and I'm going to collect a lot of abalone. And I guess, you know, he's had a few encounters, but last I heard, he's
alive.
Yeah.
The shark, maybe the great whites don't like him.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah, because it's like, no one else is coming out here.
I wonder why.
Easy pickings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want no part of that.
I want no part of that. That like great whites, I am obsessed with them, but they scare the living you-know-what.
Yeah, me too.
They're just incredible.
Because you can't, if you're underwater, you can't hear them coming.
No, it's just freaky.
I would just
it's freaky.
Spinning around looking for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Cuba Gooding Jr., and then we'll get to what's going on here with Phillip Rivers. We were just talking about it. Yeah, I guess sports movies and football movies. I've had this idea for a while. If we had a sports movie Hall of Fame, and it wasn't just for people in the best movies, but you had to be in, I don't know if it'd be 2 or 3, pardon me, popular sports movies to be in.
Yeah.
I don't know where the number should be. Cuba Gooding Jr., as I said, he's in the radio, as you guys said, and he was in Jerry Maguire. So would it be 2?
I feel like he's in another one, too.
Maybe. And you mentioned
Kevin Costner,
who's been in so many.
Yeah, Bull Durham is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. And Kyle was wondering about, was it Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah,
about?
in Creed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was in,
of course he's in there.
Same character, but multiple movies, I'd say,
Yeah. I mean, Sylvester Stallone with Rocky, right?
Oh,
you can't turn him down.
I think so.
Come on now.
Yeah, because they're separate motion pictures, even if it is the same character.
What's Kevin Costner's second movie?
He played in Field of Dreams,
which was
Bull Durham.
Bull Durham.
For the Love of the Game.
For the Love of the Game.
Okay.
He's played in another one too.
The Field of Dreams.
Oh, doesn't he?
Or the Tin Cup or whatever.
Tin Cup.
Tin
right.
Cup.
Tin Cup.
He's probably in it just off of sheer, numbers. He's in, right?
Well, Draft Day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Draft Day too.
You mentioned Draft Day. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's in. He's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in.
He's first class.
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Even some of those but they were major motion picture sports movies, and he was in multiple.
That's why I was like, he could play. I feel like they'd be like, oh, go play Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Go throw him out there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do Yellowstone anymore.
We're probably going to have to let him read.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to want to read.
He's going to want to read for it, for sure. I mean, he's old now, too.
Jay looks like he's thinking about something.
Yeah, I was trying to think of how old Kevin Costner is.
I think he's in his 60s. And
Man,
then
we
maybe
said
I'll
Dennis
be
Quaid 60s, and then he's 71. Costner might be around at 68, 69.
I think Kevin
He's
Costner
70,
was
you guys.
70.
really good friends with one of your former coaches. I think he was good friends with Augie.
Really?
He's from Linwood, California. So.
That's L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Cali guy.
Huh. Did not know that. Never saw him one
71.
time.
Really?
Nope.
Well, I think it's when Augie went on to one of his other stops. Anyway, yes. Speaking of football movies, they're probably going to make one someday about Phillip Rivers, depending on how this goes. Jeff Howe was on with us yesterday from The Athletic. He said, I'm working on a story. Here's what he did. He posted it today. The Athletic asked 9 coaches and executives around the NFL if there was any realistic upside to the move of the Colts bringing in Phillip Rivers. And the latest, I guess, there's just increasingly there are reports out of Indianapolis that, it looks like he's going to be the guy. So the starter. So they asked 9 coaches and executives. 3 settled on the notion that Rivers must have been better than the alternative, while the other 6, were skeptical at best.
Wow.
One executive who was granted anonymity so he could speak openly said, fun story, but I think it's going to be a disaster.
Was there any more to it, or that was his thought?
That's the whole quote
Probably,
that he shared.
okay.
Yeah. And by the way, other grandpas who played major professional sports include Brett Favre, Robert Parrish,
A little bit younger than that old guy.
Julio Franco, Stan the Man Musial, and Gordie Howe.
Jeez.
And there's probably a lot more.
Julio Franco. I remember Julio Franco. He felt like he played till he was 50.
He might have been a great grandpa.
Yeah, he probably,
My boy Satchel Paige playing in the 50s.
Uh-huh.
Put him up there.
He wasn't on the list I saw, but you'd think
Should
he
be.
was certainly old enough.
Yeah. I'm in more of the majority of I don't know how far they can get with Phillip Rivers in terms of just the body holding up. I think he gets the ball out fast, like we said, and he knows the offense. And I just don't know, with these defenses, and then if you get to the playoffs, it's elevated to a different level. I just don't know how much the body will hold up. If you're just bouncing back and you need to be ready to play football, that's crazy. He came off the high school football coaching field and is getting into a uniform and is going to go face the Seahawks defense this weekend probably. But this is the superpowers of some athletes. Sometimes they're able to get it done. So I'm kind of on the side of I don't really know if it was going to work, but prove me wrong, Phillip. Prove me wrong.
I've been a Cam Newton fan. When he played for the Panthers, I thought if he had better play calling, they would have won that Super Bowl here. I thought he used to get hammered, and the officials just, because he's big and he could run, they just never protected him. Mm-hmm. That said, I guess he's been out of shape because no one called me. Boo-hoo-hoo. He's
on a show now. He's on Get Up. He got a job. I don't think he really wants to play. He's got a great gig.
Maybe he was kind of ha ha ha.
Yeah, Cam's gonna be Cam.
He had opportunities late in his career. Remember with New England, and he kind of squandered them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think when those quarterbacks that are a little younger than a guy like Phillip Rivers, because he is not a ton, but he is younger. I think maybe just the shade of not giving him a call is probably what got under Cam's.
Yeah.
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 Because that's just how Cam
also
is.
being on TV, that's smart.
Uh-huh.
Make it about me a little bit.
Exactly. Yep. You're bringing up a talking point on first take.
He's good at that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I do think he should have won that Super Bowl. I mean, some of that's on him, but the play calling in that Super Bowl was terrible.
It was terrible. You're a Cam Newton fan.
I liked the Panthers a little bit at that time. They were kind of fun. Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
Yeah. He's awesome.
It's a bad man.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so what do you think, Jay? One executive says, I think it's going to be a disaster for Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, I mean, playing the numbers, I think we would all say it's going to be a disaster in some form or fashion. But I mean, shouts out to Phillip getting out there and stepping back out. It's almost, as we're talking about, movies and sports, this is a movie. The way this looks is this is a film ready to be talked about. It's just you got to be successful though with movies more times than not.
This is a Netflix documentary.
Yes,
I would watch.
Yes,
I would watch this one.
Like him getting a phone call. He's at practice.
Yeah,
sure.
And he's taking one of his 30 kids, to school.
Yes.
And he's like, Stikes, what's up, big man?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Well, when you've got 47 kids, they don't all go to the same
I
school.
love how
Absolutely.
our numbers
Right?
change.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, I mean, that's a full-time job just to
It
get
is.
to and from.
Well, let's give his wife some credit too. Like, what is she thinking? She dealt with how many years of Rivers being in the league and having to take care of the 60 kids, and so
she had it easy.
Yeah, man. Usually, I
they
don't
say,
say much about the significant others, but I'm just like when he opened up or answered that phone call, I bet she was like, fill up.
Seriously.
Don't you say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm going to come up there. I want to play.
I had occasion once to spend a little bit of time with the wife of a professional golfer.
Oh, wow. That's
we
another
were on
story.
a bus going somewhere, and she was just saying, and she understood it, and she wasn't complaining, but she said, like, during the golf season, she said, at home, I do everything.
Yep.
And that's the way it has to be for this to work.
Yep.
Which is I do everything.
Yeah. And it depends. A lot of those, some of those wives come on tour with them, too, and go to every stop, and that's a lot of work in its own right. Because they usually bring the kids with them or the babies or whatever. But, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're there or you're traveling with the significant other. You're doing all the work.
Mm-hmm. Will Phillip Rivers have more children or completed passes in his first game? I think some of the props.
Yeah, I'll take the latter.
I swear his wife was pregnant again.
No, really?
I thought I had or just had a baby, like, recently. I'll have to find out that for sure.
He does have more than 11, doesn't he? Because wasn't that a thing when he had the 11?
I thought he had.
Like, he's got a football team now.
Yeah, I think he did just hit it, or not too long ago. I felt like,
Yeah.
He had a starting side.
10 kids.
10?
Yeah, all about his sons and daughters. He has 10 kids. Yep.
So he could play the QB and everybody else could play a position.
Yeah.
Because, it sounds like he's still playing. Jump out there, Pops. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
I just hope he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's same here.
Like, seriously hurt. And you don't want, no one wants to go through any type of surgery either.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
And that's always a chance you take, stepping out there.
When you know what? If it does happen, he'd probably go, yeah, that's what happens. I mean,
he would.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're playing football. One name we can cross off the Kings Christmas list, we think. Back with that next on Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
When value matters, Elk Grove Chevrolet delivers. Right now, lease a new Chevrolet Silverado LT for $250 per month plus tax. The Silverado 1500 stands out with composed handling, competitive towing, payload, roomy cabin, and fuel economy. Visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com for full lease details. Don't miss your chance to drive the new Chevrolet Silverado. Stop by Elk Grove Chevrolet today and experience quality that goes the distance.
Catch all the action at Sky River Casino. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room. Plus, with 18 elevated restaurants, bars, and lounge destinations, and Sky River rewards that add up and up. There's something for everyone. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun and experience new heights. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for Hoblet's Wrap the Year Up sales event?
Right now, you can save up to $13,000 off MSRP on brand new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs. Plus, no payments for 90 days. That's the brand new design, and no payments until March of next year.
Wow. I've heard the tech upgrades are great. Plus, the return of the Hemi, right?
Yep. At Hoblet, you can get the new Ram you need your way. You can either save up to $13,000 off MSRP or save $7,000 off MSRP and save thousands more with 0% financing for 60 months. Everyone said the 0% interest rate was gone, but not at Hoblet.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie after 6,000 factory rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 holiday select inventory, 500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. Special 0% for 60 months in lieu of rebates. No down payment required on approved credit with 700 plus FICO score. 1666 per thousand borrowed. 10th net savings. See dealer for details.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot no deputy. Oh no, oh. I shot the
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Taking you up to game night, the Kings and the Nuggets tonight. Kings back in action at the Golden One Center. There's a name that looks like we can cross off the Kings Christmas list. I think we had pretty much settled that last week, but we'll tell you all about that in just a moment. Before we get to that, before we get to the phones here, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. I have Kayla, Jay, dear listener, another nominee for the Drive Guys Sports Movie Hall of Fame. And keep in mind, this isn't just somebody who's in a really good sports movie. You have to be eligible, you have to be in multiple major sports movies. We agree to that?
Correct.
Now,
what's major, though? What's major?
Well, not just some like independent
It could have been an indie film back in the day.
If it was released widely, some indie films, they take off, but it can't be like, well, his roommate in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Miramax had to be behind it of some sorts.
It's just we have to
production
something that everyone's heard of.
Okay, got you. Okay,
But
it
the
can't
question
be
then
like
is
my movie or something.
Yeah. The question then is everybody who is in multiple movies, are they in, or is there still like, well, okay, you're a candidate, but we gotta, I don't know.
You're a candidate.
Yeah, candidate. Okay.
Yeah, come on. You can't be in just because you were in 3 movies.
All right. And then I would like to nominate, he played one of the most famous athletes of all time, and he also played the most famous concussion doctor
I
of
know
all
where you're
time.
going.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Will Smith is in.
For sure.
Ali
for
was
sure.
absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it was
Wait,
great.
you didn't even have a vote or anything? You're just putting him right in?
Well, it's like this.
I kind of think
if
so,
I'm Mariota Rivera, he's in, right? Ichiro,
Yes.
like there's just certain people's like,
Ken
okay,
Griffey
he's all
Jr.?
He's all a famer.
All right.
Will Smith's in.
Okay.
I would probably agree with that one. As much as, Will's had some moments, in the past year. But Will is a great actor.
Is Costner in then?
He's in off the sheer number.
Yeah.
He's a compiler.
He's kind of the cheesy. He plays a lot of cheesy
Tommy John.
roles.
Yes. Some
Yeah.
people make Hall of Fames because they had 3 great years. Other people like Don Sutton. He
Don
won
Sutton.
10 games a year for 20 years.
Right.
Or 30 years. He's a 300-game winner. And Costner's like, he was in almost too many sports movies to count.
Costner's in. He's in. Yeah, he's for sure.
Yep.
Those two, you can check them off.
All right. We got to have probably at least 5 in our inaugural class.
In our inaugural class. Well, first of all, now that's a different question. Are they in? Yeah, but then we might have to rank them. If we come up with 12 of them.
Well, if you're in, you're in.
Okay.
But
okay.
I think there are probably going to be some people that we say, yes, they're a candidate, but that movie sucked. They were terrible in that movie. So, maybe next year. Maybe they'll be on the ballot again next year.
I'm going for some of the low-hanging fruit. Adam Sandler, does he get in?
Yeah,
I think
so.
he has to for the fact of that's a different type of movie, but that's like he's a sports
Happy Gilmore,
movie guy.
Waterboy, and
he produces them.
The longest was he in the longest
Longest
yard?
Yard. He was in the one with basketball where he was Philadelphia
That's
Scout.
a great movie.
Hidden Gems or
That's a
Hidden
good
Gems is the other
Uncut
one
on Netflix.
something,
yeah.
It was the one on. That's actually just for that. He's
I like that movie.
Yep.
Inaugural class.
Yeah.
Oh
he's,
my
he's
gosh,
probably in
great
there.
call, Jay.
Great
Adam
call.
Sandler's in there. How about this one?
It wasn't Uncut Gems?
Hustle.
Hustle.
Oh, okay.
Uncut
Great
Gems is the
movie.
one where he was the jeweler.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that wasn't too bad either, to tell you the truth.
Which one is Kevin Garnett in?
Uncut Gems.
Okay.
That's,
Uncut
he
Gems.
is.
So maybe we could throw that in there too.
Yeah.
KG. Because remember KG like the rock, like the glowing rock or whatever it was?
Yes. The stone.
Adam Sandler's in there too.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, he is.
All right.
I'm trying to think, is Denzel in?
Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
He wore an Oriole hat in a movie about his kid being sick. But
John Q? That was John Q. Right?
Yeah. What's the other?
He was in something.
He got Game.
He got Game. There you go. Yeah.
He was in the Hurricane.
Hurricane. Yeah, like Denzel's in too.
Yes,
Denzel's
yes.
in.
Mm-hmm. He got Game as a
Great
great
movie.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Shuttlesworth.
And Denzel's just a heck of an actor.
Yeah.
So.
You know, the greatest thing about that movie, you may know this. I apologize if you know that. There's a scene where Ray Allen and Denzel are playing one-on-one.
Mhm.
And in the script, it's like Ray Allen wins by whatever amount.
Yeah.
They start playing it, and Denzel, who I think played at Fordham, he's not going by the script. He's playing.
Playing.
And you can see Ray Allen react like, oh, okay, we're doing this.
Like, okay, then I like.
And at one point he gets the score wrong, and it's because Denzel wasn't going by the script. He was like, I'm going to
He's
try
actually
to beat
doing
you.
it, which is cool.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Will joining us on Sactown Sports. Thanks for hanging, Will. What's up?
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
Yeah, I got a good one going this morning. Did anybody say did it have to be football or basketball? Did you guys restrict it?
No, just any sport movie though. Anything with sports.
Oh, cause I remember about 20 years ago I saw that movie Rudy, man, with this kid. He walked on at Notre Dame. You ever see that?
Oh yeah.
I know about it. I haven't seen it, but I know about it.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
You haven't seen Rudy?
I haven't
Are
seen
you
it.
playing around? You seriously?
I'm not a big Notre Dame fan.
I'm with you. Okay.
Man. This dude walked on at Notre Dame. He weighed about 150 pounds. He made the team.
Yeah.
He didn't quit.
Mm-hmm.
They kept cutting him and cutting him and cutting him, and he kept going back, and he made the team.
Mm-hmm.
He made the team. And then there was another one. You saw Blue Chips, right? With Shaq in there?
Yes,
sir. Is that the one with Nick Nolte?
Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway.
Yeah. Blue Chips was a good one. It was a good one, too.
All right.
Hey, but anyway, I want to holler at y'all and give some love to the Kings, man. I'm giving them some love. If they wouldn't have got rid of Valanciunas, I bet you they would probably be 50-50 right now in wins and losses.
Really?
We don't have the physical presence in the post. That's just the bottom line. We get pushed around. I mean, if we had a guy who get banged and hit somebody hard and don't care what anybody say, we got scorers on this team. And it really don't matter who starts. You know, we got rid of Valanciunas. That was the worst thing we did. And we don't never talk about that. We shouldn't have got rid of Valanciunas. You know, I mean, he's a physical presence because my boy Domas, I love Domas, but have you guys ever seen Domas foul anybody hard? Ever?
Probably not, Will.
Yeah.
Huh? Jay, you ever seen him hit anybody hard?
Nah, that's not his flavor. That's not his flavor.
Yeah, see, but you got to have that in the post. You got to have that. And then you guys talking about my boy with Phoenix, man, that hit that foul my man and got tossed out the game. He's a little dirty dude, man.
I know he is.
Rep.
I know he
got to rep. Hey, Whitey, that's why they kicked him out, man.
I know. He used to trip
rep,
people
man.
that do. Yeah. All right, Will. Thank you, brother.
He's slick. He think he's slick. All right, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. JR joining us on Sactown Sports. How are you, JR?
Joe Montana hated Rudy.
I know. I was going to say that. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. He said that whole thing was
I did hear that it was.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a nuisance at practice, just in the way. Joe said, "Nope, don't need you out here, young man." Made for a good Hollywood. Hey, the other thing is the guy that concussion doctor. He's actually my neighbor.
What?
He lives in South Sacramento, Elk Grove, actually. The real doctor.
Oh, my gosh. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He was at San Joaquin. That's a true story. Look him up, whatever his real name. He'll say he lives in Sacramento now. And, yeah, he's down the street next to Les.
Has he been able to help you at all, JR?
Yeah, I tell him, I go, why do you research me, dude? I played football when we wear leather helmets.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonoma State, we didn't wear helmets, even when they had helmets for the other team.
Sure.
You know, and I used to go swimming off the Bodega Bay. You talk about buffet for white sharks.
Yeah.
We'd go we'd put on our nice little stupid black wetsuits so we look like seals. We were just like free bait for them.
Yeah, that's where they hang out. Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, if you're gonna do Longest Yard, you got to do Burt Reynolds, and he was in both of them.
Oh,
wow.
Reynolds.
Yeah, but he
came back
gotta
as
give
an
me
old
something else.
man.
It wasn't spectacular in the second
with your thing with Phillip Rivers with his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is every old man's thing when their buddies call them, hey, let's play some turkey ball football. And my wife looks at me like, no. You come home and you're injured for like the whole month of December.
Yeah. I'm not taking care of you.
No, exactly. I pull like 5 hamstrings. I only have 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, bye.
Right, thank you.
That's great.
JR living next to the real concussion doctor.
That was a great little tidbit there.
I just saw it. I looked it up, and I just saw the gentleman's name, and I know I knew he had spent a lot of time in this area. Didn't know he was still living here.
Look at that.
The actual concussion doctor.
Learning new things every day on the drive, guys.
Mm-hmm. Burt Reynolds, interesting case. Jay, the one-man committee, apparently, the one-man selection committee.
Oh, no, that's my vote. I'm just throwing out the vote, and I'm trying to help you guys out to say, well, what else has he played in sports-wise?
It's just semi-tough. That's the movie, right?
No, he's talking about the original Longest Yard.
Oh, the original Youngest. He also
and
played
then
in
he
a
said
movie in 1977.
Oh, okay.
Semi-tough. But
I think I saw that movie.
Yeah, I don't know if he's real.
Well, there you go. There's multiple. Those are major films. He was a football player, I think, at the University of Florida. Burt Reynolds.
That's something I did not know. Did he have a mustache then?
Don't know.
That'd be my question.
Tony Ray Harvey says Billy D. Williams, Brian Song, and Bingo Long's traveling all-stars and Motor Kings. Yeah. Oh. You guys are very young. You ever heard
I love
of
Bingo.
Brian Song?
I've seen it, but I don't remember it enough.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
Movie. It makes
Bingo.
makes me cry
Bingo
just
Long.
thinking about it.
Really?
Yeah, true story too.
So where are you going? Is that a yeah?
Definitely a candidate. Definitely on the ballot, in my humble opinion.
Okay.
Got it.
I got one of them I thought off the top of my head. Wesley Snipes.
Ooh.
White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, I love that
And
movie.
Major League.
Major League,
And
baby.
Major League 2.
You know where I was going? No,
Well, then-
Omar Epps was Major League 2.
How about Charlie Sheen then?
Major League and...
He's been in all the major leagues.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but you're talking about Willie Mays Hayes, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Willie Mays Hayes in the first
Yeah.
one. And White Man Can't Jump.
He was hilarious.
I'm
in
pretty
that
sure
as
I might
Willie
be
Mays.
missing one. Wasn't he The Fan? Wasn't he in The Fan
yes,
too?
horrible
The Giants.
movie. Somebody told me that in that movie, he's Bobby Rayburn on the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And someone told me there's an exterior shot of like Candlestick Park. And he says, if you look closely, it's actually a football game. But in the movie, it's supposed to be for a baseball game. But he says, if you look, it's actually taken during a football game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, who was the guy, Jay? Was that Al Pacino or was De Niro? One of them was in that movie also.
Yeah, let's look it up. I don't want to give the wrong information. Hold on. Also, Wesley was in Undisputed, which was a boxing movie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hold on. I'm look that up real quick. The fan was De Niro.
De Niro.
Okay.
Wasn't he Raging Bull?
Yes.
Okay, well, there you go. There's another candidate for us.
Yeah.
Multiple. Although The Fan is a weird one. That's the type of movie that will be like, no, you ain't getting it.
You ain't getting it off The Fan?
Anyway, one name we can cross off the Kings Christmas list. We talked about this last week, and this isn't a report so much as Jake Fisher sharing some insight. Jake Fisher said, I don't think Sacramento is really interested in, sorry, Jay, LaMelo Ball. I think everything Scott Perry has talked about both privately and publicly since taking over this team points to a desire to reestablish a tough, gritty identity. Someone I spoke with on the phone this morning, a prominent NBA figure, called LaMelo Ball, quote, the most unserious player in the NBA, end quote. That's not my opinion. That was a quote from someone inside the league. I don't think, this is Jake Fisher, I don't think Sacramento would view LaMelo as someone to really reinvigorate their culture around. He might have been listening to us.
I think he was.
Pretty much what we said.
It's so funny. We had a really detailed conversation. If you missed it, we pretty much said something along the lines of that is he has all the talent in the world. There's no denying that. But does he really love ball? Like, is that his life? Is that something where he's at 25, I think, or 24? Is he going to be able to take it to another level? Because you got to do more than just have the natural ability. You've got to actually eat, breathe, sleep basketball. And it just doesn't seem like he's 100% that type of guy. And that's maybe just his personality. I just don't think that aligns with, like he had mentioned in the article, Scott Perry's pillar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very young, but he's been in the league for a while. He's got some gravitas.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if you're going to bring in someone to your program who's been around and who has the reputation, if you will, the star caliber of LaMelo, that's got to be someone who you bring in to help build your culture.
Yeah.
And if it's someone who you got to bring in and you have to know, we have to adapt that person to our culture, then it's backwards.
Yeah,
Whoever you bring in, that's part of what we need you to do. We need you to play here and share your values with the team. We can't have someone who, all right, we're going to change your value system here. We're going to teach you how to be a professional in addition to everything else. That's just too much risk to assume.
Yeah, you need him almost being a guy like if Westbrook was like a young guy here, and that's what you would want to establish your mindset, the culture, your effort every night. Yeah, that's not exactly what LaMelo has showcased yet in his career. And I don't think you go and bring him on and make the extra effort for him to change that and then say, hey, everybody else, be like LaMelo.
Yeah.
And we're building around what he is.
Right. And I know that's hard for Jay to admit because Jay, if I'm not mistaken, has like Joe Burrow at one end of the spectrum, like, nah, and then he's got LaMelo at the other end. That's how fond he is of LaMelo. But even Jay, I think, has to admit it's probably not a good fit here right now.
No, yeah, he wouldn't be my building block in Sacramento. I don't know if we have the foundation to uplift LaMelo.
Mm-hmm.
He, for me, I think you have to be set in your ways. You have to have a culture, a la the Heat, San Antonio, the Knicks, something of that. It's got to be real structured for me. Sacramento right now, we just don't have that. That template is not in place for us.
Mm-hmm. Hey, how about this? This is from Band to the Young, The Best of Times with Robin Williams and Kurt Russell about Taft versus Bakersfield. Robin Williams was also in Flubber, and there's a basketball scene in Flubber.
Nah, that don't work.
Flubber?
He was. There's a basketball scene in the Flubber or Son of Flubber, whatever it was.
As of right now, on my ballot, that's a no.
Yeah, I'm gonna hey,
is he even on the ballot?
Yes.
Not for me. Not
he doesn't
yet.
even make the ballot. All right.
No. Now, comedies, he'd make the ballot in a heartbeat. Mrs. Doubtfire, one of my favorites of all times. But no, he does not make the sports ballot.
Flubber.
What is Flubber? I've not even...
You ain't never heard of Flubber?
I don't
It was
think...
years ago. That thing
I
was...
think so.
Flubber was a remake of an old Disney movie, and I think they did it in the 80s or 90s.
Oh.
And I know a guy who... You know Dan Dibley? You know Dan Dibley?
Oh, Flubber.
Yeah. He was,
okay.
He's one of the extras, I think. He's
In
like
Flubber?
Got to sit on the bench or something.
It. Yeah.
It's a basket. It's known as it's one of the great basketball films. No? Okay. Well, all right.
Not for me. He may be on yours.
you,
He may
Banta.
be on yours. For me, that'd be negative.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't look like, as far as the Kings go, any of those big names that we've been talking about and hoping for and wishing for, I don't think they're going to be in play for Sacramento. Even if there was a way, and there may be ways for Sacramento to procure them or at least get the attention of the teams for whom they're currently playing, I don't think Sacramento would want them. And I'm talking about Trey, I'm talking about LaMelo, and even Ja.
Yeah. I know that Ja's probably been talked about for a while. It's not a direct connection, but there's been articles written up. He's probably been the player that's been the most connected in some way here, but I don't feel strongly even saying that Memphis is going to do anything with him at this point. I don't know if they've even really made that decision.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost feel like he's one of the least to go out of those three. Trey, LaMelo.
I think one of the reasons Ja would be towards, if not at the top of your list, if you're a team like the Kings looking to bring in somebody who can help you win, for all the issues that we're aware of, Ja, I think, is a guy that wants to win.
I think he's an ultra competitive guy. I just, unfortunately, he seems to just have, those issues that keep him off the court.
Yeah.
And that's another thing when you're, like Jay said, you're building a foundation. And by the way, Scott Perry even going into detail how you really got to dig out that foundation before you pour the cement or anything. You can't really gamble or roll the dice much in that process.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some things you're going to have to try and they might not work out, but that's a biggie if you're trying to build around a guy like that who's 25 but endured some injuries that might not allow him to be himself, moving forward.
And I know that, you have to be aware of who's out there and big name players, if they're available. You have to look at that. Every team does that, and especially a team that's in the position the Kings are in. But that said, Scott Perry, and I don't know if he said this verbatim yesterday, but he alluded to it, and he's been very consistent with his messaging. No shortcuts.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Those players that we're talking about, that'd definitely be a type of shortcut move that I think this franchise has been too eager to make in the recent past.
That's actually a great thing that you brought up. The shortcut word has been used, and shortcut to me is that type of a thing where it's a big name that you are maybe rolling the dice on, and they've got to really be the guy that you can build around. There could still be things with trades, but it could be younger players that they can kind of mold more.
Yeah.
Is how I see that not being a shortcut to do that and still doing, trades where you're going to get maybe a player back.
Mm-hmm. Now, your friend Alan today, our friend, Alan was saying,
He's
Alan's
not your friend?
He is. Alan's going to Alan, and he said, all the people that want to see what it's like when the Kings tank, he said, tonight, if you have no Zach, and of course you have no Schroeder's out, and you have no Tomas, you're going to see what that's like. And it might be like this for, a few years. And I get the point, but, in theory, it won't be like this for a few years, even if the team isn't very good, because whatever they are now, hopefully next year they will add pieces to it. Doesn't mean they're going to be competitive next year. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they will be. But if they're not, they still will be better, according to the plan, than they are right now. It won't be this team for the next 5 years. That would be discouraging.
It would be. And there's always, even Kevin, next year, if they bring different players in or they get rid of certain players, which we know they're probably going to do, there might be different issues because you're working through building the roster from the top, from the bottom up. But there will be things that, this is why Sports Talk Radio never gets boring. There are going to be things that are, better, and that we will hopefully see some of these guys come into their own as players. Or maybe there will be a new addition, or maybe they'll get the number 2-3 pick in the draft, and that could help them. Mm-hmm. So it's just they're in a very interesting position. I'll tell you this much. You might not be able to root for a lot of wins right now, but you can root for just like the unknowns of every day is going to be something.
Yep. Surprises.
Surprises.
Every game's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, you never know what you.
Yeah. I have a question for you, Jay, just theoretically. You know, people got a little weary of us talking about Kuminga. So if we had a guest coming on and we knew they were going to talk about Jonathan Kuminga, do we say that or we just kind of let that happen and not promote it?
Let it happen and then talk about it.
All right,
yeah.
In theory. Anthony Slater is going to join us next with Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
A Sacramento tradition continues this year. The Santa Parade. Free for all to enjoy circling Capitol Park beginning at 10 a.m. December 13th, the joy of the holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to Sacramento with the 41st Santa Parade. Join Sactown Sports 1140 December 13th beginning at 10 a.m.
Brought to you in part by Elk Grove Chevrolet, Western Health Advantage, and OK Tire and Automotive.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details. We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Ulta Beauty's big holiday beauty sale is back with up to 50% off must-have gifts. Shop irresistible deals like the Shark Beauty Flex Style and Benefit Cosmetics travel-size mascaras. With new offers weekly, same-day pickup or delivery, and our trusted associates, we make holiday shopping effortless. Head into Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Listen to the 49ers Red Zone Report daily, brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the official pizza of the 49ers. Mountain Mike's Pizza, pizza the way it ought to be.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. Claim your free panel today. Call 916-619-3000 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Now is the time before winter is full on in your kitchen to make sure your heat or your furnace is ready. How do you do that? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating will get the job done for you like they did for me last winter when our system crashed and burned in the dead of winter. Check them out, leesair.com. Right now, get $100 off any AC heating or plumbing repair. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating does it all, and they've been doing it at a high level for 40 years. See how they can help you stay warm and cozy all winter at leesair.com. That's Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, license number 635355.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Well, it's been too long since we've talked to our last guest. We got, of course, Jay, Kayla, and Whitey today, Drive Guys. Antonio Ray Harvey here in the chat says, I was on my way to G1C, but we'll have to listen to Anthony Slater first. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he's got all the
Keeping him in
information.
his car for a minute.
And he's something of a Kuminga whisperer.
Ooh, so I've heard.
Yeah, and I don't know how much we're going to get into that. And, I don't know. I guess you were kind of monitoring the station a lot during the summer.
I wasn't. I think Alan's going to be jealous.
Yeah.
If we bring up Kuminga a little bit.
You probably noticed that Jonathan Kuminga's name came up a time or two.
A lot. I actually talked about Jonathan Kuminga while filling in this summer at the end of it, towards September, I guess, out of summer. And I'm going, man, this is like a real thing here.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure to catch up with Anthony Slater. How you doing, Slates?
Fantastic. I was just telling your guy that I'm getting down to a Kings game for the first time in a while.
Oh,
tonight,
nice. Yeah. Tremendous. What are you looking forward to seeing the most about this spry group of youngsters?
Well, I mean, they have some of the biggest potential trade chips in the league. So, although a few of them won't even be playing tonight, but I don't know. I mean, this will be my first game seeing Keegan Murray this season because he's come back. So there you go. There's one. See some Neek Clifford. I mean, I do want to see these young guys.
I'm really looking forward, Anthony, and I know it's a mismatch, epic mismatch, but I'm really looking forward to seeing Maxime Renaud and just how he handles the Joker tonight.
Yeah, also, Joker is a top, at this point, 20 player of all time in the middle of his prime. So that's never a bad thing to watch at an arena.
Tell us about the deadline, and let's start with this before we get into Jonathan Kuminga. We think we know that there just isn't a ton of demand for any of the guys the Kings would probably like to move. Their value is not very high. Is that still true?
Yeah, for sure. And again, it's early December, so we're so early in like the trade conversations, and I think sometimes fans want to eat up every little small rumor monitoring or this or that. Like the G League Showcase is coming up in 10 days or so. Like that's kind of the initial conversation stage of a lot of things, and guys are December 15th is when a lot of the guys who sign contracts this summer become trade eligible. January 15th is when Kuminga becomes trade eligible. Like those are important dates, but most of the activity and really most of like the real conversations and happen in mid-January up until the deadline February 5th. So nothing substantial is happening, but that's pretty normal in the NBA calendar.
Anthony Slater, ESPN Warrior Insider, joining us on the Drive Guys this afternoon. So let's get into it because I'm curious as with Kuminga coming in at the start of the season and seamlessly kind of working, even though all the drama in the offseason and then things start to happen. Can you explain to us as basic as you can is really what has happened here in the last couple of months with the relationship between the Warriors and Kuminga?
I mean, it's a 5-year thing. Really for the last 3 seasons, he has wanted to be something different in his career than Steve Kerr and the Warriors have wanted him to be. I mean, that was like a dense part of our reporting this summer, and the fact, he was trying to break away and find a new home, and the Kings were one of those new homes he was looking at because he wants to spread his wings more, as a creator, a focal point of an offense, a consistent starter and closer on a team. Like these are things he's voiced. I mean, I went to Cleveland for one of his workouts, and this would have been in June, and he sat down with them, and he said all that on the record, really. So that's what he wants, and that's just not what he's been able to get with the Warriors. We all probably understand the dynamics of why he kind of had to go back to the Warriors. It was almost forced back to the Warriors. And as far as this season, sure, he played a nice 5 to 10 games, kind of the way they wanted as a role-playing wing, but some of his usage tendencies, I think, came out, and the team struggled a little bit. And Steve Kerr often, when that has happened over the last few years, when he rearranges his rotation, Jonathan Kuminga is typically the odd man out. There's bitterness and sour feelings when that happens, and then it spirals to the point it is right now, where he got a DNP in the last game. I mean, he's being professional about it. He did an interview the other night, but the fit issues haven't changed, and it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that they haven't changed.
Slates, would you describe, or can we consider talks between the Kings and the Warriors as far as Kuminga goes? Would you say they've been ongoing, or do we even really know that?
No, I'd say they're dormant at this moment. I mean, it's something the Kings for sure are again, monitoring, right? That's the key word this time of year. But I think they're watching the Kuminga situation. I think how it's going is better for them. I think, the lower Kuminga's potential trade value is, the more they're in the game, I think. But the Warriors, like I said, they cannot even trade him until January 15th, right? We're more than a month away from them even being allowed to. And then beyond that, I expect the Warriors to really look at the whole chessboard here. And when it comes up closer to the deadline, it's not just about, what can Kuminga get them? What if they attach picks to Kuminga? What big names will be out there? Are they going to have to add him to a salary to go get somebody else? There's so many different conversations. And as of this moment, the Warriors are not sitting there having really dense trade conversations about Kuminga, because like I said, we're still a month, and that's a ton of time in the NBA calendar before they can even entertain the idea of trading him.
We've had talks about this on the show before. If Kuminga were to come here, would he fit what they're trying to do with building this culture and kind of resetting things here? Would you say, with all the time you've spent around covering him, is it an attitude thing with him, or is it more so he's just not feeling like he has been appreciated, in a Warriors jersey by the organization, and he would be an okay fit culture-wise somewhere else?
Well, it's kind of all the above, but the thing with the Kings that would appeal to him is it's kind of a fresh slate, right? If you're talking about the direction the Kings are going, it seems like they're kind of trying to wipe the whiteboard clean and figure that out, depending on who they acquire over the next several years. I would view probably the most important player in their future potentially being the lottery pick they get this upcoming year, right? If they were able to get a top 5 pick, that might be the most important player on the franchise, and we don't even know who that is at this point. So with Kuminga, he wants just a runway to figure out who he is. He has not been able to get that at this point. He's liked behind the scenes by his teammates. He's never been a bad guy, but it's just the fit's bad. I mean, he doesn't fit Steve Kerr's offense, and he's never fit the time, the whole 2 timeline approach. Well, the Kings would be on their own 1 timeline, and he would fit that timeline. So, with Kuminga though, the biggest question is how good is he? And he doesn't know that. We don't know that, and I think the Kings are at a stage in their franchise where they want to get players that there's at least the upside there. And I would say with Kuminga, there is an upside there.
Mm-hmm. Anthony, there is no realistic path to Sabonis to the Warriors, is there? I know that he came here and Mike Brown had him doing some of the things that Draymond does, but Draymond's still there, so there'd be redundancy given the contract. It would be really difficult financially to make it work. Is there anything there? We talk about it, kick it around. I don't think there is, but you would know anything there about potentially Domas and the Warriors?
The contract makes it tough, which you mentioned. It's such a big piece. The Warriors are very, and you'll probably hear this closer to the deadline, especially if Kings and Warriors are talking. The Warriors are very handcuffed where they are salary-wise right now because they're capped at the second apron, and they're $20 from the second apron, basically. I mean, it's why they had to cut Seth Curry, wait a month, and then sign him. Mm-hmm. So it makes trading very difficult, and particularly trading for big contracts, and that's what Sabonis is. So you're talking about probably having to throw like a Draymond in a deal to even get that done, and I'm not sure that's something they would do. 2 steps back, Domantas Sabonis would fit what Steve Kerr likes to do, and like you said, like he loves bigs who can pass and rebound and be physical, like a lot of that stuff. But I just think stage of career, contract, fit within what the Warriors are doing is why it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know Domas would love it because he could still live in Napa, but other than that,
there you go.
Yeah.
Anthony Slater, ESPN Warrior Insider, joining us. From the outside looking in, Anthony, and you know that the Kings are wanting to be sellers, but it's just what's the market for the guys like Kevin brought up here. Who is the most likely, if you were going to pick one of these guys, to go first?
Yeah, this is more speculative, but I would say DeMar DeRozan because the contract seems to be the most tradable. Right? I think it's only $10 million guaranteed next year. It's lower number, than LaVine and Sabonis at least. And you could see him as a veteran, very respected guy around the league, going in and helping a bench or a team that maybe needs a scoring punch. He's unique to fit in, especially at this stage of his career. He has his defensive question marks. He holds the ball, but in a playoff game, he could go get you a win if he's hot on any given night. And I think there are some teams out there that could use that without what the rest of the contract is. With the Sabonis LaVine, you got to worry about the out years and how big a deal it is. With DeRozan, you don't have to worry that much about it. And I mean, I think if we're all being honest, DeRozan included, it doesn't feel like this partnership is what he signed up for and what the Kings necessarily signed up for at this point.
Slate, you're the best. We appreciate it. Enjoy the game. We hope to talk to you again real soon.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
All right. Anthony Slater. When we come back, it has happened. The Eagles have benched him. Details are next on Sactown Sports.
A Sacramento tradition continues this year. The Santa Parade, free for all to enjoy, circling Capitol Park beginning at 10 a.m. December 13th, the joy of the holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to Sacramento with the 41st Santa Parade. Join Sactown Sports 1140 December 13th beginning at 10 a.m.
Brought to you in part by Elk Grove Chevrolet, Western Health Advantage, and OK Tire and Automotive.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbfstockton.com. That's mbfstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Business moves fast, and so do we. At Bank of Marin, we team up with businesses in the greater Sacramento area to help you drive the lane and score big. With dedicated relationship bankers and local decision-making, we help you move quickly, whether you're upgrading equipment, buying your next building, streamlining cash flow, or fueling growth. From expansion to investment, we're ready to help you win. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800 gambler.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more.
So much more.
The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Thanks to Anthony Slater. A little bit of a Kings Kuminga update. Anthony Slater, very well connected to the Kuminga camp, says, the Kings, they're monitoring the situation. Talks between the Kings and Warriors on Kuminga dormant right now, but something that probably the Kings are keeping an eye on.
To monitor. That's what you, and Scott Perry had mentioned to us on the show that he's been on the phones and, you know, it's something they're going to do, but that doesn't mean anything's going to happen. Things have to fall into place and numbers got to be right and all of that stuff. But I feel like we learned a little bit more about the situation. We've known about the situation for a while, but Kuminga in particular, like, I was surprised he said the teammates off the, behind the scenes didn't have an issue with him. And it seems like just more of like he hasn't been in the right spot than it is an attitude, maybe.
I remember when they drafted him, and I was doing some stuff for the Warrior Station when they drafted him, and it seemed at the time, based on the way Kuminga played when he was with G League Ignite. That's a G League team that, and I don't think they have that team anymore. They played out of Walnut Creek.
Oh.
And people would say, you see him and your eyes are drawn to him. But the way he played, I was skeptical, and I think some people in the organization were skeptical that there was ever a fit there. And his first few games, he'd come into the game and you just watch the way he moved was like, oh my goodness. But his game is patterned after style that it does not fit what the Warriors do.
No. And sometimes that's the unfortunate thing is sometimes these guys, they have to sit around and it doesn't work out, but because of the contracts and the money and stuff, they're kind of sitting there knowing this, and you have to just wait for things to part. And that's what we're doing here with a lot of these veterans. We're waiting for them to part ways, but you can't just say, okay, see ya. Mm-hmm. And so we're waiting on that in Golden State with Kuminga now.
It would be interesting if he does come here to see, okay, well, how does his game fit into what the Kings are doing? Or do the Kings think so much of him that they kind of adapt to him and give him the larger role? But we'll see. We're a long ways from any of that. But it does look like since the summer, it looks like, if anything, Kuminga's price tag has come down a little bit.
I would say that is true. Mm-hmm. And I would say from all the accounts of connections between these two and Kuminga and the trade talks early on, they have to have somewhat of interest. Else, I don't even think we'd be hearing about this. Mm-hmm. So they have to probably think it in some ways he might be somebody that they'd want to bring over here.
He would be fun if he came here if they didn't have to give up too much. That would be kind of, oh no.
Yeah.
But just to see, all right, because I'm kind of skeptical, but if you don't have to give up a lot to get him, I get it. He's young. He addresses a positional need. Okay. I mean, it's not like you're going to win a championship this year, next year anyway. So let's see. It would be a lot of fun.
It would. He said he needs a runway. Well, here's your runway. Yes, it's about, exactly. I don't know, how many feet long?
Sac International, baby.
Exactly. There you go. Get your bags and start walking.
And there's things he does sometimes where it looks like he's not applying himself defensively, or he doesn't throw the ball to Steph Curry or this or that. But then every so often he does something, you go, ooh. Mm-hmm.
Well, he knows coming here defensively, like that wouldn't be a choice.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Philadelphia Eagles have made a choice. They have benched somebody that.
Oh no!
I didn't know they were going to bench him.
QB.
The Vibes Bunny. Yes.
The bunny
is out after the Eagles. This was before they lost this week to the Chargers. They were in a bit of a slump, so they brought in the Vibes Bunny. The Eagles say they bought in a Vibes Bunny, giant inflatable Easter bunny.
It's ridiculous.
Brought into the locker room to bring some good vibes a team's way. It was placed by Saquon Barkley's locker, something he said he didn't approve. But he said if it helps, improve the energy, okay, that's fine. He said of the energy last week. During games, honestly, I think it's been awful. I think if you ask anybody if they're being honest, we'd all agree on that. Most importantly, I think the energy in practice and walkthroughs and meetings has been great. Now we got to carry that to game day. So I think it was offensive linemen.
That's what I had read initially, and that makes the most sense. Speaking with many offensive linemen, they're a little different, and that would make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. And this offensive linemen will tell you, we're the smartest people on the team, and defensive 100%. Linemen are dummies.
They'll say that.
I don't know. I'm not saying that's true, but that's what offensive linemen will tell you.
Pretty much, yeah. And I'll say they are very smart. And a lot of those linemen go on to be analysts and TV, personalities in the sport because they are really smart.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to argue with that. But they're also weird.
And they'll tell you, look, we got these schemes. We got to be aware. We got to pick up blitzes, and we got to know where we're going on the
pull. Yeah, you got to pull.
And they'll tell you, defensive linemen, they're just,
they just go
quarterback, kill quarterback.
Go kill.
Yeah. So the Eagles brought in the giant positivity rabbit. Gone.
It was themed
we
too.
We need dogs.
Yeah, DAWGS, okay? Not bunnies with the IES.
Saquon had said, I've been told it's a Vibes Bunny, and the vibes are high right now. But before the team flew to L.A. for that Monday night matchup, well, positivity was high, but it looks like the bunny is gone. The rabbit is gone after the loss to the Chargers. Jeff McLean reporting. The positivity rabbit is no longer in the Eagles' locker room per a team source. If you haven't seen this,
it's huge, by the way.
Yeah, because it's like one of those giant inflatables that you'd see for Easter. It even says Happy Easter, big white bunny, and he's got a red bow tie and an Easter egg and blue overalls.
I mean,
go on.
Yeah, and I'm like, at least if you're gonna get a bunny, let's not have it themed. I mean, I was like, is it Easter? Is this? I'm so confused right now.
I know.
I want to know if someone just went in there and popped it. Yeah, because it's so big, you can't just bring it out the door because they probably blew it up in the locker room. So someone came in there and probably just goes and then it just
Maybe.
went bye-bye.
You know, some of those inflatables, you have to plug them in and they have like a fan, and I don't know.
Oh, no, you do, because my brother has like 18 of them in his yard.
Yeah. So you go by somebody's house in a day and they're all just, but then you turn them on.
It looks like a graveyard.
Yes. This looks like one of those. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is one of those.
Because after what happened against the Chargers, 4 interceptions for Hurts, Positivity Bunny gone.
See ya.
It's his fault.
I mean, that was the funniest thing when I saw that. I'm like, I don't think this is real. Is this AI? And then several reporters were putting it out there. Yeah, that does not need to be in the locker room. Okay, ping pong tables, yes. I've seen Foursquare squares taped up. You know, they have fun in there. That kind of stuff. A Positivity Bunny, what are we doing here?
The Positivity Bunny, in my opinion, is every bit as desperate as the Colts bringing in Phillip Rivers.
There you go.
Now, Phillip Rivers, you got to actually play him. He's not as easy to just get rid of, but this was like...
Yeah, I want to know specifically what player actually decided. I want to find the exact player who thought of this.
I don't know that they'll ever admit to that.
Probably not.
Yeah. But that team's
I'm glad
got
it's
some
fine.
problems.
It's gone. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. But that said, they're going to win at least, I think, 3 of their last 4.
Okay, their schedule is pretty easy down the stretch.
Yeah, they do play Buffalo, though, huh? Buffalo's...
There is that one.
2 Commanders or Raiders in Buffalo?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so there is one in there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. When we come back, Teron Davenport, your buddy?
Yeah, but we're going to surprise him and not let him know until I ask a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, that
he
will
doesn't,
be fun.
because I haven't talked to him for a minute, so I don't know if he knows I'm here.
Titans Insider from ESPN Nation will get you ready for the 49ers, and I'm scared of those Titans.
Oof.
Scared of those
Remember
Titans.
the Titans, baby.
Yeah, it's coming up next on Sactown Sports.
A Sacramento tradition continues this year. The Santa Parade. Free for all to enjoy, circling Capitol Park beginning at 10 a.m. December 13th, the joy of the holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to Sacramento with the 41st Santa Parade. Join Sactown Sports 1140 December 13th beginning at 10 a.m.
Brought to you in part by Elk Grove Chevrolet, Western Health Advantage, and OK Tire and Automotive.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Match your way to $50K this holiday season with Sky River Casino's $250,000 holiday cash match. Earn entries daily by playing your favorite slots and table games. Plus, unwrap 100 bonus entries every Tuesday. Then join us on select Saturdays for a chance to win up to $50,000 cash. Visit skyriver.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or over.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at ChooseChangeCA.org.
Game night in Sacramento? Light up your night at Revival at the Sawyer. This rooftop hotspot is where the city comes alive. Elevated vibes, stylish crowd, and the perfect view of the Golden One Center. Celebrate the wins, escape the chaos, and be part of the scene before, during, and after every Kings game. Revival, the place to see and be seen. When the final buzzer sounds, the energy doesn't stop. It just moves upstairs. Join fellow fans, stay close to the action, and make every Kings night unforgettable. Book your game day reservation at RevivalSacramento.com.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments. Some restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and Timber Creek Golf Course want to let you know is your official holiday golf headquarters. Right now, they've got an unreal deal going. Buy 2, get 1 free. These are 12 packs of Srixon golf balls. Srixon has been turning heads all year. I've been using these balls. And, yeah, for the record, my pseudo hole-in-one back in September came off a Srixon tee shot, and people aren't letting me forget it, that's for sure. Listen, these balls will not make you a scratch golfer, but for somebody like me, it makes the ball go more in the direction I want it to go in, and that means quite a bit. So whether you're shopping for the golfer in your life or, let's be honest, you're buying for yourself, hey, stock up now. When you're at Timber Creek, grab a gift certificate for lessons to dial in your game for next season. Whether you're fixing a slice or adding distance, improvement doesn't stop for winter. You got your holiday shopping solved. Srixon, buy 2, get 1 free at Timber Creek Golf Course. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think Happy Honda Days. Let's explain. Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Happy stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more important words. And days is how long you have to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's 2025 Accord, Pilot, and Ridgeline year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
This Sponsor the Clock is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, we got the Kings and the Nuggets tonight, and then Sunday we got the 49ers and the Tennessee Titans.
Which you're scared of?
A little bit.
You're frightened?
Yeah.
All right.
I've been trying to tell Jay the 49ers must respect the Titans. If you won't listen to me, Jay, maybe you'll listen to our next guest.
Been listening to him for a long time, man.
Titans Insider, ESPN Nation, Teron Davenport. How are you, Teron?
Hey, man, I'm great. I just want to know, can I get a real quick Bay Area?
We gonna get that in there for you, T.
Now, Jay is making fun of me because I said yesterday I'm worried that the Titans, they won last week. And then also you got the fact that Tony Pollard had a huge game. 49ers have struggled a little bit here and there defending the run. So are the Titans playing at least their best football of the year for what that's worth right now?
Yeah, their game yesterday or last week, was probably their best game. I mean, thank you. They had their best offensive output. I mean, you look at the rushing attack, 184 total yards. I mean, that's the most they had since 2022. So it's definitely a good thing for them. They're looking to just carry that over. They haven't won consecutive games since 2022 in November. So, I mean, it's not exactly likely that they'll be able to do that against the 49ers, but that's just something to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was it that Cam Ward said after the game that he had to kind of defend and double down on when people didn't like what he was? Yeah. What happened?
So I think this is kind of trying to think of a nice way to put it. You got alphas and you got betas, right?
Uh-huh.
And, Cam, he's an alpha, and he's someone that wasn't going to be happy with just simply winning that game, right? Like, a win is cool, and he just said that he was asked if he needed it, and he was like, well, I don't know that I needed it. And the thing, wins, they mask a lot of things. So it's like when you have somebody that's trying to elevate the mindset and reset the floor, you get people who get frustrated because he made a comment and he didn't, have a party at the local, lounge after winning a game. Like it's nothing really huge. He has a standard and he wants to make sure that he plays to that standard.
Yeah, and we always know you report to the Standard. I don't know if you know who this is, but I know you very well, Teron Davenport. And there's a girl by the name of K.A. that is on Sactown Sports today who was thrilled, and we made it a secret because Jay and I realized we both knew you to have you on to talk Titans and Niners. And so I'm excited to get to chat with you, TD. How's it going, first of all? And what do you really, when it comes to the offense of the Titans this weekend, is there any hope? Because it's one of the worst offenses in the league, let's just be honest, against a defense that has also been missing a lot of pieces in the Niners.
Well, first off, it's great to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in forever, so I'm glad, I get to talk a little shop with you. And I think when you look at this team, obviously, it's not a big test for the 49ers, but, they run the ball well. Their defense is playing well. If you look at since the bye week, which was week 10 for them, they've been able to have the least amount of missed tackles out of everybody in the league. And then they're starting to trend upward with Jeffrey Simmons back in the mix, too. So those are some things to look out for. The pass rush is coming, so that's also a good thing.
Teron, that's great, and we're interested in the game, but, we don't want to bury the lead. What kind of hole was left, a crater in Titans media when Kayla left? And then, we're glad to have her here, but I can't imagine what was like there once she departed.
Hey, listen, I'll be honest with you. That's right. She was one of my favorite people out here, and she knows that. And we used to do stand-ups together, before the games, and I'm going to tell you how much we were on the same page. There were multiple times where we wore the same color and didn't even plan it.
Yes.
And we just did it. There's a huge hole from her not being there. I only listen to one station in the morning now, whereas I used to listen to two and end up listening to the one that she was on more. Mm-hmm. And, you guys out there, you got to jump. You got a gem. She is a diamond. I love Kayla, and I can't talk enough about her. So, yeah, I don't want to take up the whole time, but that is my girl right there. That is my girl.
Love you, TD.
Yes, sir.
We ain't even got to talk about the Titans anyway.
I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't want to talk too much about them anyway, TD. Let's talk about life, Real fast, one of the things that the 49ers don't do is play the run very well. And we know Tony Pollard, according to my co-host, my guy, is super, super hot. He's on a heater, according to him. Is there anything to worry about when it comes to Pollard? Have they hit their stride? Is it just he caught lightning in a bottle for a game and a half? What's the look on their offensive rushing attack by Tennessee?
What it was they finally got a complete blocking performance, right? And it starts with Corey Levin, who, Kayla, Levin.
Yeah.
He just kind of hung out for a while and stayed in the background. He got his opportunity to play 2 weeks ago, and that first drive against the Jaguars, they ran the ball well, and then you saw what they did against, last week against the Browns. So it starts with him and just how he gets to the second level, and he's able to make those good blocks. You'll see one of Pollard's long runs. He went to the second level. He blew out the middle linebacker. And then you get Gunnar Helm, who, Kayla, again, the rookie there. And the other rookie, Alec Ironmatter. These guys are blocking downfield. The veteran receiver, Van Jefferson, is just a complete effort. And that's what has made it just really click this past week. They were able to, find the holes and just Pollard. It's like that old movie Cocoon. He got in that bathtub and that pool, and he got young again, and he turned the clock back.
Speaking of young, Teron Davenport with us, and he covers the Titans for ESPN. This is a weird thing here, but when I came to Sacramento, I'm in a situation where the organization is very similar, and they're trying to figure out, are we rebuilding, are we resetting? Well, the Titans decided this past season, we pretty much just have to, start from scratch in a way. And there's a lot of young players playing, like you mentioned. give the fans here, I know it's a different sport, but some hope in saying you've seen some of that growing up process happen this year. Is that fair to say, Teron, that sometimes you have to watch it and it's painful, but you can see maybe the benefits down the road?
Yeah, no, what's really cool about it is you're seeing these guys grow together. And Tim DK, who, by the way, he has more all-purpose yards than Christian McCaffrey, over 200 more. But I'm just saying,
Whoa,
he's
here we
leading
go.
the league in all-purpose yards. But
here we go.
No, those guys, you see them kind of grow together, and you see the chemistry, right? Even Alec Ironmaner, who had a tough stretch but was able to get back on the scoring column, with a touchdown last week. The chemistry is going, and Cam Ward and Gunnar Helm. If you check the stats, you'll see that he's caught. I would say, I think the number is now 37 out of 45 targets that have gone his way. So you want completions, you go to Gunnar Helm, and that's what Cam has done.
Teron Davenport joining us, Titans Insider, ESPN Nation. And Teron, Kayla just mentioned some similarities between the Kings and the Titans. And some Kings fans right now aren't sure they want the Kings to win with an eye on the upcoming draft. Are Titans fans kind of in that same boat?
Yeah, they are, actually. And I don't know. You can't ask a professional athlete to lose on purpose.
Right.
And unless we've seen what has happened a little recently with the gambling situation. So unless you're paying them a good amount of money, you can't ask them to lose on purpose. But I don't think the whole tank thing, moving here from the Philadelphia area, I experienced the trust the process with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons and all those guys. And I watched those teams lose and then finally build up, and they still didn't win it. So it's just like all that losing for nothing. So I would never, as a fan or even as an athlete playing, I would never, want the team to lose on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Teron, and maybe we can ask you about Phillip Rivers in a second because this has just been a crazy story this week. But I do want to ask you about Cam Ward, and how much I support Cam Ward in the process. But, it's hard for these rookie quarterbacks who come in to an organization where they're still trying to figure things out. And obviously the head coaching situation did not work out there. How have you seen Cam grow? Maybe not the numbers aren't there, but how have you seen him grow as a quarterback? And do you still feel like he can be one of those guys for this franchise moving forward?
The growth for Cam has come in multiple ways. I think one of the more recent ways is just the shot clock, right? And you see him getting rid of the football a lot quicker and just being more decisive with it. And that's a major thing because he was one that held on to the ball, and he would always say, he wants to hold on to give the guys opportunities to get open, but you can't do that when your O-line is getting obliterated. And it's kind of both sides that have worked together, where the O-line has played better and he's getting rid of the ball quicker. It goes hand in hand. So I think that's an area, and that decisiveness not only comes with throwing the football, it comes with running too. So if you look a couple weeks ago, he had his best rushing game. He ran for a touchdown. He had 37 rushing yards, which was the most of his career so far. So that's something to take hold of. And then you also look at just the way he's been changing the protection and things like that. You see him, talking to the offensive linemen and even talking to the receivers, changing the routes and things like that. So I think that's where the maturity is coming. There's still plenty more for him to do. He's not played equivalent to what you would expect of a number one pick, but that takes time, and it's going to be a process for him. And I think in due time, he's going to be a really good player.
Well, let me ask you this, Titans insider Teron Davenport. I know you're focused on the Titans, but what stands out to you when you look at this 49er team that the Titans have coming up? What stands out about how the 49ers have somehow, some way gotten to 9-4?
Well, first off, let me say this. Two of my favorite draft prospects in the last couple cycles are in that secondary. Malik Mustafa is an awesome player. I always love how hard he plays, how hard he hits. In fact, when I met him at the Senior Bowl, I told him he reminded me of Bob Sanders.
Whoa.
And for a young fellow like that to know who Bob Sanders was, it really impressed me. But the other one is Upton style. That little corner, the nickel. Let me tell you something. When you talk about playing bigger than your size, when you talk about heart being there, he has tons of heart. He's an outstanding player too. So that stands out. But I mean, more importantly, defensively, Robert Saleh, what he's been able to do with all these guys being out, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and then losing, Dre Greenlaw, Halafanga, these guys, and still managing to play solid defense. I think that's outstanding. You look on the flip side, I love the way Kyle Shanahan, he has such a good understanding of matchups, right? And it's like playing a game of chess. You have the queen on the chessboard, and that's Christian McCaffrey, who could be, the ultimate slot receiver and obviously out of the backfield. So he works ways to get him the football in space, matched up against linebackers, safeties. It's a mismatch. And George Kittle, how could you not love him for what he does, blocking and just all over. This 49ers team is good, man. And the page that he and Brock Purdy are on, also, with Jawan Jennings and the play, I could go on and on. Like, this team is a good team, and I enjoy watching them, and it's going to be a good game.
Teron Davenport, Titans reporter for ESPN, joining us, and we've got the Titans and the Niners this weekend. So I do have to ask you a more general question about the league, because it's crazy right now that no one team yet has clinched a playoff spot. And I mean, you talk about the phrase any given Sunday, it's really reigned true this year. We don't really know who the alpha team is. What are your thoughts on what this season has kind of been? And do you have a team that you're like, okay, yeah, this could be the team?
It's parity, right? And that's what the league has chased for so many years. And obviously with the Chiefs, and then the Eagles in the NFC being as dominant as they were, they didn't fully have it. So I think you got to look at that. Kayla, honestly, I don't think there is a team you could just say, like, hey, that's the team that's going to the Super Bowl. I mean, there's so much balance. Just look at last week, right? The Bears were the number 1 seed. Now they're the number, 6 or 7 seed. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy how things are moving around. I really don't think you could say any team is just head and shoulders above the others, and with the Chiefs just continuing to go down, you can't even say, hey, watch for the late run by the Chiefs, because I don't think that's happening. So I couldn't give you a team in particular to answer that question.
Well, there have been a lot of surprises this year, and certainly there will be more to come. But I'm just wondering which surprises you more, Teron, that Phillip Rivers looks like he's going to start for the Colts, or that the Eagles had an inflatable bunny in their locker room to improve the vibe.
Well, I've been in that Philadelphia Eagles locker room, and I've seen some crazy things go on. But I got to say Phillip Rivers, man. Like, it just amazes me that he came back, because, folks, you know what happens with him coming back, right? The clock for his Hall of Fame candidacy gets reset another 5 years. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say he was definitely going to go in, but, I mean, that surprises me. And at 44 years old, but, this is what happens when you love the game and you can't get away from it. And it might be his wife too, right? Because you know what they say about right? Half the salary but twice the husband. Maybe that was wife inspired too.
I was almost saying the opposite, TD. I was like thinking, because they've got 10 kids, and I was like, she's probably like, Phillip, if you decide to do this and leave me with these 10 kids.
Yeah.
But what
might be running away from that too.
Exactly. What a story though. I do have to, I'm going to give you one, because you did cover the Eagles for so long, and we're just coming off of that game. And, we covered A.J. Brown with the Titans before he got traded there. I'm just curious, like, are we giving Jalen Hurts too much guff, or do you feel like we got to give other people blame? And who is that right now for what's going on, just specifically on the offense and the inconsistencies?
Yeah, offensively, it's a total failure, right? And I think, having been there in 2016 when Lane Johnson was out, and then seeing him come back, and then seeing what he did in 2017. Now, obviously, we're talking, 8-9 years ago, but still, he's a very big part of that team, that offense, that locker room, everything. But to me, it starts with the play calling. And the concepts, they're Fisher-Price passing concepts. These are concepts that I've seen at a much lower level than the NFL. So you have it there, but then also the offensive line, and Saquon Barkley, they're not as much in sync. So he's not doing the same thing. I mean, if you look at that game this past week, he had a run of plus 20 yards. That was his fourth one. It used to be Saquon would do that 4 times in a game. So you have that, and then you got A.J. Brown. He had some drops. He's not playing as well as he's capable of. Jalen Hurts has missed Devontae. Devontae, I forget his last name.
Devontae Smith, yeah.
Up here. Devontae Smith, right? I kept wanting to say Devontae Adams.
I know, I always do too.
But he's missing him. So it's just a whole lot of things that have gone on offensively that just isn't right, and they got to get it together. But fortunately for them, this parity exists, and they're still right there in the mix. And they're a team that, look, if they get it together and they get right, they can make a run.
Yeah.
Well, Teron Davenport of ESPN Nation has been our guest. I truly appreciate it, Teron. It was seriously something I was looking forward to, but I am like a surprise gal, so I wanted to surprise you. So I'm glad you were able to come on.
Yeah, you definitely surprised me, and I apologize for being all over the place a bit. I was fumbling through the grocery store, through the market with my daughter, and Devin, she says hi. You remember Devin, my youngest daughter?
Yes.
So we were rolling through the market, loading up, and she was pretty slick because she saw I was distracted, so she put some more expensive things in the car.
There we go. That's a girl, Devin.
That's the way to work.
Yeah.
Now the question, TD, is what does one to TD? What's the number one item you went to the grocery store for today? Was it a honey-do list item, or did you go in there for yourself?
No, it was a honey-do list item. The honey is her, not me.
That's right. That's right.
So candies and cookies.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you. We appreciate your time very much. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for your insight.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
thanks, TD.
Absolutely. Teron Davenport. The most amazing thing there, and that was really nice. I'm glad you're able to do that.
That was cool. Yeah, thanks for letting that was when Jay and I knew Teron and he covered the Titans, we were like, we got to get him on.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. But as far as the football goes, it's been 54 games since the Titans have won 2 in a row.
Correct.
What?
And you up here telling me what now?
I'm telling
He's
you,
scared.
they're due.
He's scared.
Due.
Shaking in his boots.
Now, what number does that go onto the list?
I'm up to like 9 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild, though? Like, there are a lot of numbers for things that they've not accomplished there, but that's a biggie.
Yeah.
Have the Titans, how do I propose this? Have the Titans
stunk? Yeah.
Kind of, well, we know that now, but have they kind of, I guess, glided under like people's perceptions of being this bad?
Yeah, because they're not. When Vrabel left, Jay, he was like the reason they got attention, him and Derrick Henry. So when they both left pretty much at the same time, they kind of went under the radar again. But, quietly under the radar, they were firing coaches, firing GMs every year, losing players, and then you get to this point where you're talking about a matchup over here where you probably don't pay much attention to them, and you're saying, whoa, this is a really bad team. And it is. It's probably one of the worst in the league.
I remember Derrick Henry a few years ago, and I forget who the backup quarterback was that they were playing. It was a journeyman backup, but it's a goal line play against somebody, and they fake just, off tackle to Derrick Henry, and then the quarterback keeps it, goes around the right end, and the whole defense, 11 players just converge on Derrick Henry. Because he's that good, and he probably would have scored even if they'd given him the ball. But I just, in basketball they call it, Steph Curry has that gravity. When he was with the Titans, Derrick Henry had so much gravity. It was incredible.
And towards the end of his career there, I mean, part of the reason why he wanted to leave, and it was hard for him to leave, is because there was no other help, and he just couldn't be himself either anymore. It's like he had more in the tank, as you see in Baltimore, but he couldn't do much more there.
Jay, I'm starting to think the Niners might get this one, all right?
Oh, wait a minute.
I'll be honest with you.
Flip of a switch
After talking to Mr. Davenport, He didn't sound like he was too optimistic, even though he said, they got some good things going on, but that's going to be a tough one this week.
So he has now convinced you he swayed
right
your
now, I
idea.
think it's like 50-50.
Oh, you're 50-50 now?
Yeah.
So
right now it's a toss-up.
Okay, all right.
Yesterday it was like, Titans got this one in the bag.
70-30 yesterday?
Yeah, now I'm thinking,
50-50?
the Niners might have a shot.
So we got one more day to see if we can convince you into leading into the 49ers winning this game.
Gotta flip him here.
Yeah. Did you hear Kyle Shanahan was talking about how people are saying, you could be the 1 seed. And he's like, shut up.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hear that.
We could lose all the games.
Yeah.
You lose one game, obviously, from here, and it could have huge implications for their standing.
Well, and Teron had mentioned Shanahan and Robert Saleh as giving them credit. Again, this is somebody who is over on the other side of the country, but pays attention to all the teams. And I'm telling you, we talked a lot about the Niners down there in Tennessee for the sheer fact that, that's the model kind of organization that fans want their teams to be like. It's one of them, at least. And so that's why, because we've been through so many rebuilding situations down there, the Niners came up all the time. And so no surprise that Teron brought up of just the incredible job that both of them have done with all the injuries, and they're still in the mix for the playoffs and could be a team that could be dangerous.
I know it's kind of splitting hairs because both Saleh and Coach Shanahan have done terrific jobs, but I think Robert Saleh's done a more remarkable job.
Well, because most of the players, and they're stars.
And he's got them playing like you could tell they believe they could stop anybody.
Yeah, they go out there and play with their hair on fire every single game. Something that, like you never want to lose as a player, like Teron said, but it's almost like that's not even in their brain space.
Right. But I get it from the standpoint of Titans fans.
Yeah.
They want the number 1 pick 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and that they might get.
Yeah, they might. Kayla's Q&K is coming up?
Yeah, I've got one. We're shifting back to the Kings.
You don't have to tell us now if you don't want. You can tell us now.
I'm not going to tell you, but it's Kings related.
All right, so, awesome. We'll find out what that is together. It's a day of surprises here on Sactown Sports.
A Sacramento tradition continues this year. The Santa Parade. Free for all to enjoy circling Capitol Park beginning at 10 a.m. December 13th, the joy of the holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to Sacramento with the 41st Santa Parade. Join Sactown Sports 1140 December 13th beginning at 10 a.m.
Brought to you in part by Elk Grove Chevrolet, Western Health Advantage, and OK Tire and Automotive.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heating and Air. They're now upgrading what they do to include plumbing. They're bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. So they're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them all the time as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement. And now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free and give you that second opinion. And right now, they got a free furnace special with a full system installation up to $2,500 in rebates. All for a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
This Sponsor the Clock is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
Sactown sports fans, the countdown to the best live events starts now. The Roots are taking over Hard Rock Live Sacramento on December 27th. Get ready for legendary deets and the kind of energy only the Roots can bring. And we're just getting started. Then mark your calendars. Comedy takes the stage at Thunder Valley Casino Resort with Cedric the Entertainer on January 16th, followed by the sharp, fearless, absolutely unfiltered Daniel Tosh on January 24th. 2 comedy heavyweights, 1 powerhouse venue. Country fans, suit up. Brad Paisley rolls into Thunder Valley on January 30th, bringing all his hits, swagger, and all the good vibes. Then on January 31st, the breakout star everyone's talking about, Ernest, hits Ace of Spades for one night only. You know this show's gonna sell out. And don't forget R&B royalty Jodeci hits Hard Rock Live Sacramento on February 15th. The smooth, soul, and classics, all live. Grab your tickets now before they're gone and keep up and tune in to Sactown Sports for more epic shows coming your way.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big deal guy at Folsom Lake Dodge.
Vince! Actually, this time of year, you can call me the Holiday Big Deal Guy.
The Holiday Big Deal Guy!
Because during the wrap-up the year sales event at Folsom Lake Dodge, you can save over $18,000 net savings off MSRP on a new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4.
I'll take it.
And for a stocking stuffer,
Keys to a Jeep?
a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S. Right now, I've got one for only $36,995.
That's why they call you the Big Deal Guy. So over $18,000 off a Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
And a Jeep Wrangler Sport for only $36,995. But you'll only find these big holiday deals at one place.
That's right, only one place. At Folsom Lake Dodge. In the Folsom Auto Mall.
But online at FolsomLakeDodge.com.
Ram includes 9873 dealer discount plus 8207 in national stackable and holiday bonus cash. Then SN 667196. Jeep includes 4250 dealer discount plus 12750 in bonus national retail loyalty and holiday cash. Must be current owner of SCA vehicle to qualify for loyalty bonus cash. Then SW 543907. See dealer details. Expires 1/2/26.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
We've got the Kings and team we're all too familiar with, the Denver Nuggets tonight. I know that Mark Haynes from the Sac Observer, I don't believe this is official yet, he's reporting that Nick Clifford will be in the starting lineup tonight. That should be fun. We know that Zach LaVine's out with a – do we have that yet, Jay?
No.
Not yet.
Zach LaVine out with a sore thumb.
That sounds really funny.
With a sore thumb?
It's
not.
Sorry, that just.
At your age.
I know it was not funny. Okay, but you're like was out with a sore thumb.
Soreness. Does that sound better? Thumb soreness. That sounds more like something you'd see on an
sore
injury.
finger.
Yeah.
Phalange.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Sore phalange. Yeah.
Those phalanges are sore.
Exactly.
That might
That
even be
sounds
worse.
serious.
Yeah.
It's worse.
Yeah.
Mark Haynes is also reporting real fast. He's reporting on our Sports Hall of Fame conversation as
really?
he texts me.
Oh, cool.
And he was like, and I agree with him, Will Ferrell, semi-pro,
Yes.
Blades of Glory, Talladega Nights.
Let's freaking go.
He texted me that. He was
Does
like,
he have your vote, Jay?
gotta
or you
be,
just put him on the
Will
ballot?
Ferrell's in there.
Oh, absolutely.
He's in there. He's got to go in like our inaugural 10 or something.
Yeah, and for those maybe just joining us, if you care, we're talking about the Sports Movie Hall of Fame, but not like who was in the best movie or what's the best this movie or that. Actors who have been in multiple sports movies that were all widely regarded or well known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a solid 3. All
Yeah,
comedy.
Yeah.
I've never seen Blades of Glory.
Oh, it's so funny.
I feel like if I have, it's kind of bits and parts and pieces.
Napoleon Dynamite's in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
The actor?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he is, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But semi-pro fan, love semi-pro. And
Woody Harrelson's in that
Talladega
movie.
Nights.
Yes, Woody Harrelson's in that movie.
Yeah.
Love semi-pro.
I actually, when I was a baby broadcaster in Montgomery, Alabama, we would go cover Talladega. And that year is when Talladega Nights came out. And so Will Ferrell was, did I just say that? Why am I
You're thinking of Jay Farrell.
I know. I'm like, why am I saying that?
It's also very funny.
Yeah. He was the Grand Marshal. Like he did
uh-huh.
so that was the first time I ever saw that man in person. He is so tall. He's such a big dude. Like for an actor, they're all like 5'8" and 5'9". He's like next level. Like he looks like he's like an NBA tall player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like
So
he's a
who,
big
Jay,
guy.
is in the inaugural class so far? We have like 4 or 5 people already.
We got
right?
Kevin Costner.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel.
Yes.
I think Will's probably in there.
Yep. Adam.
Dennis Quaid, right?
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid's in there?
He's got
that's right.
he
roster of stuff, man. He was
Adam Sandler.
and Adam Sandler so far.
Yes.
That's
Will Smith?
Oh yeah.
and Will Smith.
We got a lot of people.
We got 6
already.
right now.
Oh boy.
Just opened the doors and already we're running out of busts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's part of it though, because this is brand new.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give them some love. There's some more. We'll rattle them off. We got K and Q right now.
Q and K.
Yeah.
Q and K.
Q and K. excuse me.
Yeah, it's time for Kayla's Q and K.
Do 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 do. Should I make a song? Is that what I need to do? Like go in the studio
I
and
think
record?
Jay's got you. However you want to do it, but I know Jay's got something. I sense he's waiting to hear what the
question.
Oh wait, you are going to wait on the question.
Yeah, I have to
okay,
wait on
because
the
question.
question.
Yesterday we played a little Christmas music for it. Okay, so Q&K for today.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140.
And you can also chime in the chat on YouTube. So question today is Kings related. And this is more like there's not a right answer for this. It's just like really I want to hear people's reasoning for why they pick this person or this player. Who is the one Kings player on the roster you would save in any trade situation? You do not want to see him go.
You're untouchable?
Yes, you cannot say Reno or Clifford right now just because they're the youth and they are going to be here probably. Mm-hmm. So anybody else you guys can make a case for, but I'm curious as to really that one player, but mostly why. Why do you want him to be here still? Okay. So there you go.
I have one that leaps to mind, but I'll leave it because I don't want to undercut anybody. I think a lot of people are going to it's Keon. I think a lot of people are going to pick him. So I will go Devin Carter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So Devin Carter would be my untouchable just because he was a lottery pick, and I know it was a previous regime, but there's still a lot of untapped potential there. Mm-hmm. And I'm in no hurry unless I need to include him to get something I really want, which as of right now, I don't think that's the case. I don't want him to go. He's untouchable because I have time in this whole season, and maybe next season too, is all about seeing what we got, and I want to see what he's got.
I like that. Mm-hmm. That's a great argument for a player that you might not have thought about here right now because he hasn't played much in Sacramento. I like it.
Devin Carter.
Yeah, Jay?
He's my untouchable.
Untouchable. And it can't be Neek and it can't be Max.
Right. I wanted to make it a little difficult.
I see where you're working.
Yeah.
I see you working.
I want to make you really think.
1-800-920-1140.
I would say I'm in the same form. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be around. And for me, it's, as my boy would call him, I got to look for it, but it would be the man, the King of Kings, which is Malik Monk.
King of the Kings.
Yeah, King of the Kings.
Malik.
I just, for whatever reason.
Do you have that when he says he liked that? Caleb probably hasn't heard
Let me pull it up.
Please
I have it
do.
in our archive somewhere. Okay. But I think he just fits Sacramento.
Dang it, Jay! We're too much alike.
Oh, we going with Ahmad too?
Well, yeah. and honestly, you finish, but the whole thing with the fitting Sacramento thing, like that is spot on.
He's building a house here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just had his first child.
Right.
Yeah. Just
King of the Kings.
He is.
He said, "I like that."
Yeah, he did.
Is that okay?
And Whitey asked the question.
Yeah.
So at the press conference, Whitey will grab it. But for me, he's the pizza guy. I think he enjoys being in Sacramento. He said that. Looks like he loves to golf. I'm pretty sure living in California ain't too bad, even though the taxes are about as high as giraffe tail. But I just think he embodies what Sacramento is. For the longest, for me, he has been kind of the spirit monkey.
Yeah.
For Sacramento. Like, he's the spirit animal. He just embodies what Sacramento is. And for the Kings, and for the long time, he's kind of been the guy with the attitude.
I love that.
He's like the only guy with an attitude. He doesn't shy away from saying what he believes. He doesn't we've seen him, use some explicit language post game, pre-game, and on the court.
Yeah, I think with the Beam team when they won 48 games, he was the heart.
He was definitely the heart.
Maybe the soul of that team.
And that is why I went with Malik. And again, I know I'm newer to this area, but being here and filling in for the show and watching these games over the last couple months, he's definitely a player that pops out to me as being a fit here. And like that's almost like you rip the heart out of the team in a way if you see him go. And I think you made all the right points. He's a good player, too. Like, he can come off the bench and spark a team, which I think a team always would love to have a player like that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and so Malik Monk is my guy. It'd be really hard to see him go.
Keegan Murray's getting a lot of run here. A couple people at least mentioned him in the YouTube chat. And then Jason says no one's untouchable.
So he doesn't care. He's like, I'm.
Is that an acceptable answer?
Yeah, if you are not tied to, and that's why I wanted to ask, is there just really a player you don't want to see go just because it's your guy? And if you don't care, then that's an answer too. If you are like, any of them goes, I'm not attached, that's fine.
My first answer actually would have been Keon, but I figured, well, people are going to say him, so I went.
And we haven't had a ton of that yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But just because to me, Keon is, again, and it's kind of the same thing as I said about Devin Carter. You know what you want. You've said that we want guys to do this. You have a guy that has proven that he can do that, and you have him, and he's here, so hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one though. I would say that was probably one. If people do chime in, we'll hear something about Keon.
Yeah. I honestly, and this is
who's your untouchable is our question.
Yeah. Who's your untouchable?
Yeah.
And Kayla put on there that we couldn't talk about the two rookies, but I would. And this is just my total opinion. This is, not utilizing the best common sense. So I don't need any Kings fans from the Kingdom to be like, Jay, you're crazy and you're sick and hit me on social network and all that other good jazz.
Yeah.
For me, I am in the car of no one is untouchable when it comes to this Kings roster. And if I was picking one person, I'd ride with Neek. That'd be my one untouchable.
Wow.
I think he has an upside. I think he has somebody that's a plug-and-play guy. He has longevity of 10 to 12 years in the league. I think if you get the best 6 out of him in the beginning, he'll play multiple positions. He's going to cover a lot of ground. He's a Swiss Army knife. Now, do I believe he's a all-star? No. Do I believe he's a superstar? No. Young fella, please go out there and prove me wrong. But if I'm building on any foundation, if that's my first pour of concrete, I'm going Neek.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. That's Kayla's Q and K for today. Other than Neek and Maxime, who is your untouchable on this roster? The conversation continues when we come right back to Sactown Sports.
A Sacramento tradition continues this year. The Santa Parade. Free for all to enjoy, circling Capitol Park beginning at 10 a.m. December 13th, the joy of the holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to Sacramento with the 41st Santa Parade. Join Sactown Sports 1140 December 13th beginning at 10 a.m.
Brought to you in part by Elk Grove Chevrolet, Western Health Advantage, and OK Tire and Automotive.
The keys are in your hand with Sky River Casino's $200,000 table games exclusive BMW giveaway. Earn entries daily with a qualifying hand on any table game. Plus, get double entries every Monday and Tuesday. Prizes are awarded every Friday with a guaranteed 2026 BMW 530i winner on November 28th and December 26th. Visit skyriver.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or over.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today.
What would a Maverick do? 'Cause you're a Maverick too.
Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments. Some restrictions apply.
Get auto care that values your time at OK Tire and Automotive Tire Pros, Sacramento's family-owned shop since 1965. Need new tires? Enjoy free vehicle pickup, delivery, and a courtesy shuttle. Every 5th oil change is free. From star smog checks to key fobs, our ASE certified team handles it all. With over 870 5-star reviews, you're in good hands. Call today. Our advisors are here Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbfstockton.com. That's mbfstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
Like, this is why, too, for me. And I know everybody has this is Home Alone to
Of
me.
course.
This is Home Alone. This is my childhood, like, watching that movie. And that song in particular, it always gets me going. I love it.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. It's Kayla's Q&K of the day, and she's asking about Untouchables.
That is right. Do you want me to reread the question real
Sure.
quick just to have it out here?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and this can be your opinion. No right or wrong answer with this. Who is the one Kings player on the current roster you would save in any trade situation, so you want to keep them? That does not include Reynaud and Clifford. And I just want to know why, because everybody has different thoughts of why. You guys heard all of ours. So it is something that I'm just interested in. Everybody has a favorite.
Amadrock, Keon is a feel-good story to me. If Isaac Jones were still here, then him too. Ebba here says Precious is untouchable.
Oh, we got
Yeah.
a Precious vote in there.
Jug says, I would say Westbrook unless you're trading for another point guard. I mean, who else would distribute the ball, especially if they trade Demonis? You think the offense is bad now if they were both gone. OMG. So Russell Westbrook.
I love
gonna
it.
mention.
Not surprised that he's getting a vote just because of he's been probably one of the most fun guys to watch this year.
Yeah. I worry about where that whole thing is going to end. If they're able to trade him for anything, okay, good. Send him someplace that he wants to go to, presumably get some back. But if they're not able to do that, I don't know where this goes.
Well, I don't know what show it was on because I listen. Sometimes everything gets mixed together because we do our show so late. But somebody had said, a guest on one of the shows, that wouldn't be surprised if he was like let go at the end, just bye.
Released or
At the end of the season?
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about in the middle of the season.
I think more so at the end
Yeah.
it was.
Let
but
him walk.
Yeah, but it's just like, dang, man. I don't know. Like, I'm almost like, how's he going to end his career too?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think he's done.
I think I heard that too. You know, one of the reasons why the shows blend together, in my opinion, I don't know if I've ever worked at a station where this is the case to the degree it is here. And I think it's a good thing. You know, every show is unique and every show has to have their own distinct personality. But we all get along so well. It's kind of like almost the whole station all day.
Speak for yourself, Whitey. Absolutely.
Jay's like throwing tomatoes at the glass.
There definitely are differences between the shows, but we're all kind of on the same page in a good way.
Exactly.
I think.
Yeah. And that's why sometimes, because I'm like, oh, well, I could have probably heard it on this show,
Yeah. And also there's not, let's face it, in some places it's like the afternoon guy can't stand the morning guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I've been at places like that.
Kind of sounds like a place I'm, familiar with here.
Well, that is the case here, but people do a great job of hiding it.
They don't know it, huh?
Really good job of pretending it's not the case.
All I'll say is that I call Dave out on his cooking bakery stuff. So that I do not agree with.
Dave called me out today, but I had to just go with it because I've kind of been calling him out about his football.
Right. We got to take it sometimes.
So we were talking about Dave's spiral, And then Dave's texting me and Whitey, and he at the end, like he's giving us his whole background, his whole file. You can
out
tell
for the Brewers.
just
sure.
whole thing. And so Whitey just like, calm down, big fella. It was just simple, but it was funny.
Yeah.
And Dave couldn't do nothing but laugh.
Spelling bees and everything. It's like, all right.
What did he say about you on the show?
He played the Scott Perry clip from yesterday where I thought he was done and I started to jump in.
Oh, jump in on it.
Yeah, and so
he
Dave said, look,
something.
Whitey, he's a mentor and all that, but how about you don't reset in the middle of the guest answer? And I had to go, all right, okay.
You're like, okay, Dave,
Tip of the cap.
all right.
I will say one thing about everybody, and maybe Alan's not this person, but for the most part, everybody will take a shot at everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for sometimes our listeners like, okay, I got you.
Yep.
Like, people take shots. Kyle is snarky here and there.
Yep.
It's interesting. It's funny.
I like that, though, because, like, that'd be boring if we were all just like, yes, uh-huh. And like, it's fun it's like your brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you like to jab. I'd like to do that to my brother. My brother and I go back and forth like that.
Brother jabbed you when you missed the
He jabbed
fantasy
me
football playoffs.
by handing me the news of like, nope, you're not good enough to make the playoffs.
Here's somebody who could help you with that. It's time for Check It with TC.
All right.
What's up, TC? How are you today?
Man, Whitey, Kayla, my boy Jay, y'all got me?
Yeah, but I want to ask you before you get started, do you have any advice for Kayla who missed the playoffs of her fantasy football league this year? She lost in a tiebreaker, TC.
Oh, a tiebreaker, man. Hey, listen, that's a heartbreaker at all times. But, you was right there, I guess.
Yeah, I was. That's easy. He makes me feel better. He's not even going to give me advice because he's like, you got this, Kayla. Next year, you got this.
All right. Yeah, it's time. Yeah, time for Check It with TC.
So listen, check it out. So listen, let's start off with the best movie. Hey, listen, that's one of my top 3 movies of all time, Home Alone. Yes. The first one, that's the best Christmas movie.
So good.
Other than that, it'd be The Christmas Story.
Okay.
Right? But other than that, Untouchables, can it be 2? I know it can't be Neek and Ray, no, but it'd be Keegan and Monk.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the reason why I say that, right? At first I was like, man, Keegan, get up. But him at 2-way, you can squeeze him in, right? You can get a stretch 4. He can go down to the 3, or you can bring another 3 in, and y'all can like 3 or 4. That's why JK is so intriguing. Like a Herb Jones or Trey Murphy, because they'll play well with Keegan. Monk, you just need him on the team with his energy. He's a microwave, and he love it. Like you said, he built the house. He's just Sacramento, right? So he here. Monk got to stay. So, hey, man, that's all I got, man. I got 2 Untouchables, those 2
Love
dudes.
It.
Everybody else
Love
broke to be shit.
Love it. What do you say at the end? I didn't hear him.
Everybody
Leave
else
the ship.
has to be,
see ya.
Leave the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got another one, Kings fan Dan in here, if you want to read that one. Because I said, the reason why I said no Max and Neek is because I think because they're the young players, it's like we don't believe they're going to be moved anyway. But I still think it's fair to share. If you have an explanation, I am all good with that.
Kings fan Dan, I know you said no Max, but I really believe that when Max learns the pregame more, he could be the big man to play with Domas as a shot blocker and defender and handle the bigs that give Domas fits. That's great, but she said no Max.
But at least he gave an explanation. I will give him a little bit of credit for that.
I appreciate him listening, but you were pretty clear.
I know.
And we've been over it a couple times.
Like, this is why, being the aunt, I'm a pushover sometimes. I'm like, okay, well, here's an extra piece of chocolate.
Yeah, and then he corrected himself, thinking he meant pro game, not pre-game.
Yeah.
How about this one? And this might be the best one. It was a G Money 91601. The 2026 first round draft pick is my untouchable.
Creativity.
I like that.
Okay, you get an A+ for that
Shouts
one.
out to G Money.
Yeah, G Money, I like it.
I'm with you on that one.
I like that.
I agree with that also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got some
That's a
great fans
answer.
out here that are creative.
Have you guys seen, speaking of draft picks and deals, the proposed Kings trade? This is not a rumor. This was Bobby Marks. Put this together. Did you see this?
No.
All right, it's going to take me a second to find it here.
Bring it out.
Yeah.
Bring it out. Bring it out. Bring him out. Bring him out.
May take me longer than I wanted it to. Yeah, I can't find it.
But we can get to it though, can't we?
Yeah, we'll get to it right here. Yeah. Here it is. Pardon me.
You did find it. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. Atlanta gets Kuminga, Buddy Hield, Devin Carter. Mavericks get Zach LaVine, a 26 first-round pick from the Warriors, a 27 first-round pick from either the Bucks or Pelicans. Kings get Trae Young, Luke Kennard. Warriors get Kristaps Porzingis.
Yes, I did hear this.
And the Pistons get Doug McDermott in cash consideration.
I did hear this briefly today.
Yeah. Now, I don't like to spend a lot of time on people just making stuff up, but this is Bobby Marks, and he knows how these things work.
Creativity.
Again, not saying that this is in the works or anything.
Tell me one more time why
it's
who's
a
leaving
lot.
from the Kings? Yeah, I heard Zach, and that's all I heard.
Doug McDermott would be gone.
Okay.
Devin Carter would be gone.
Okay.
Zach LaVine would be gone.
Got you.
You'd get Trae Young and Luke Kennard, but you wouldn't be giving up, and that's what made me think of it.
No picks?
Yeah, no picks would be involved in this. But I think for the Kings, you'd get off of Zach's big number. But then you get a big number you're bringing in with Trae Young. I don't like this.
So you're not what you think?
I'm down. I would not do it.
Okay, more so just because of what you're bringing in.
Yeah, I'm not really advancing that far down the road.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of a young player that I have some interest in, getting out that big number, but bringing in another veteran that not only do I not really like that much, I believe Scott Perry's not a huge fan of Trae Young's game. I don't think that's a fit.
Yeah, I mean, the positive is, I guess you get rid of LaVine in a way, and you're just trying to get him gone. But again, does it really make sense? Trae Young, like you said, I don't know if that's a real fit either.
I'd say I'm more of a Trae guy than Whitey, Caleb. But
yeah,
the one, I don't think Zach declines his option.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised if Trae Young declined his option. Because he has the rest of this year, and just like Zach, he has next year with an option.
His option?
His option, player option. I could see Trae declining it.
Yeah, I like that. I see where you're going. I had not considered that.
Like Zach, I don't think so. But Trae, who's younger than Zach, right? I think he's
Trae's 27.
Yeah, he's 27.
Yep.
To me, I could see him saying, and I think he has a better open market value in the NBA, where Minnesota needs a point guard, and they could say, we like Trae Young.
You're saying you could get him and then
allow him to kind of work his own magic.
Oh, I thought you were saying you get him and then
use
you
him,
move him.
to move him again.
That too. Yeah, but
you could do that too.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But I think he has higher value in the league. For me, Zach, and I don't know why, but his value is upside down. It just feels like it's upside down in the NBA.
You convinced me. I think I'm in.
I just don't want to give up McDermott at this juncture.
So it's not Carter, it's McDermott.
Respectable.
It's McDermott you don't want to give up.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We'll take a look when we come back at something that Sam and Scott do agree on going forward next on Sactown Sports.
A Sacramento tradition continues this year. The Santa Parade. Free for all to enjoy circling Capitol Park beginning at 10 a.m. December 13th, the joy of the holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to Sacramento with the 41st Santa Parade. Join Sactown Sports 1140 December 13th beginning at 10 a.m.
Brought to you in part by Western Health Advantage.
Yeah, I went over to our daughter's new Sacramento home a couple days ago, and they got the Christmas lights up, and it's so nice, and they got Christmas lights inside, and it's so nice, and it is a reminder that so many wonderful things are coming, but also a more practical reminder, it is time for heater and furnace tune-ups, and Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, they're going to make sure you're ready. Right now at leesair.com, check out this offer. $100 off any AC heating or plumbing repair. $100 off any AC heating or plumbing repair. It's not just about keeping your home comfy warm. It's about making sure your system functions efficiently. We got a new HVAC system from Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating last winter. System works great, saves us money, and I know they're going to take care of you the way they took care of us. You want a company you can trust, right? A company with 40 years of experience, a company that's going to treat you right. You want Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Same day, next day appointments? No problem. And Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating are your go-to experts for all things related to heating, ventilation, AC, and plumbing. When the weather You want to stay warm, but you don't want to burn money to do it. Make sure your home is comfy and energy efficient all year long with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, license number 635355.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say micro, offer ends 12/14. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Guys, if you're worn down, putting on weight, dealing with low T symptoms, or ED, something's off. Ignoring symptoms doesn't fix the real issue. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels of $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. The key areas that reveal what's driving low T, ED, and more. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. This gives you a clear answer on what's off and the steps to improve it. Over 120,000 patients have trusted Revive since 2011 because the results are real. Claim your free full diagnostic panel today. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
At Sierra Pacific, your home's comfort comes first. Need fast heating or plumbing you can trust? Our skilled, friendly technicians are ready when you need them. Save 10% on heating or plumbing repairs this holiday season. Get a heating system tune-up for just $79. Call today or visit SierraPacificHome.com. Legendary service and craftsmanship since 1984.
Sierra Pacific Solar Heating and Air. The guys in the big red trucks.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
Like the beam for Sacramento Kings. We the beam team, ayy. Like the beam for Sacramento Kings. Like the beam. Like the beam for Sacramento Kings. We the beam team, ayy. Like the beam for Sacramento Kings.
There's always more Kings talk to discuss.
And we've got you covered. It's the Drive Guys.
Yeah, taking you up to game night. Kings back in action tonight against the Denver Nuggets. Thank you for being with us, and thank you, Jay. Jay just made a great point to help me better understand why the Kings, in theory, would get involved in this. This is a hypothetical. This is not a rumor. Whoop, whoop. This is not an actual rumor. But it's put out by Bobby Marks. We don't like to spend a lot of time on hypotheticals. But if Bobby Marks is throwing something out there, it's like, okay, it's at the very least it's based on real numbers and things. So this trade, which you may have heard about, and again, it's not something they're talking about that we know of. Hawks would get AD, Kuminga, Buddy Hield, Devin Carter. Mavericks would get Zach LaVine, 2026 first round pick from the Warriors, 2027 first-round pick from the Bucks or Pelicans. The Kings would get Trae Young, Luke Kennard. Warriors would get Kristaps Porzingis. Pistons get Doug McDermott, cash considerations. My first reaction to it was, I'm really just sending out Zach LaVine, which I know helps me, but then I'm bringing in Trae Young's salary, which is almost as high. But as Jay pointed out, both Zach LaVine and Trae Young have the player options next year. Trae Young perhaps would be more likely to opt out next year.
Yes.
So you wouldn't have to pay him. This year, Trae Young, $45,999 is his salary. Next year, $48,967, but it is a player option.
It is. And then you also have to think you aren't having to give away any draft picks.
Exactly.
And that's
yes.
a huge one.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So you could get out from under Zach LaVine's situation. I see where you're going with that, Jay, and I had missed that at first glance.
Yeah, I just think he has a higher value throughout the league. When I say he trade throughout the league, that means Trae Young.
You're right.
And another part is Trae for the last couple of years, unless you're talking to someone that's down in Atlanta or someone that's close to the situation, and I can't remember who we had on, Whitey. If you remember, please let me know, where they were like, Trae is not as bad as people believe inside the locker room. Mm-hmm. It's really a lot of people outside of Atlanta sees him for what we've been told. But people love him, for the most part, and he's been a professional. And I know that's not saying a lot, but look around. That's one of the reasons we're talking about LaMelo. We're talking about Ja Morant, so at least you got to check that box. And I also believe he's still young enough. People are like 26, point guard, kind of probably the premier position in the league. You got to have one of those guys.
Okay, now are you talking about him in terms of if the Kings got him, they would want to keep him and build around him?
No. Okay. I don't think they build around him because I think that's the shortcut that Scott Perry is talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he is more of a trade chip. He is more of a, look, I have an asset and I'm trying to get to another asset. And that trade doesn't have negative value like Zach LaVine is. Mm-hmm. It's seen throughout the league. So I just think, I'll take him.
His value is low right now, but I agree it's higher than
low.
Zach LaVine.
Yeah, it's higher than Zach LaVine, and it's more so low because he's been a little bit banged up. And I also think, to your point, Jay, there's more teams that see him and say, hey, he could work here. Where I just think with LaVine right now, that is so tough to identify really what team,
If they
one won a double 25 and 11. I mean, the dude led the league in assists last year. Yeah. For everything that people talk about, he's a ball hog. He led the league in assists.
He cannot guard people.
There's plenty of people that don't do
that. Well, it's just tough for someone making that much money to give somebody that much money who is not able to guard people. We'll see where it goes. I get your point. As I say, I appreciate that because I had missed that he has the player option for next year. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Peter has been hanging on. Hello, Peter. Welcome to the program. What can we do for you?
Hey, guys. Thanks. By the way, I would take that trade all day, but that's not my point of the call. So I'm going to say somebody that you guys may probably disagree with.
Oh, this is your untouchable?
I really believe.
Yeah, this is your untouchable,
yes.
Peter? Okay.
Yes, and I'd like to say why, but I believe Domantas Sabonis is untouchable and should be considered untouchable, and here's why. It's very rare that there is a big man that's got that level basketball IQ that can pass the ball and run an offense like Domantas Sabonis. And, if you think back to some of the greatest teams the Warriors, the Kings ever had, we had big passing bigs like Weber and Vlade Divac, and then you plugged not one-dimensional players around him. You plug passing players around them, and then the team moves the ball with absolute beauty. And we saw that with the Kings. And right now, it didn't work because the two studs we had was Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. And De'Aaron moved the ball, but right now what we got, with DeRozan and LaVine, they're elite players, but they're one-dimensional players. They're scorers. They're not ball. They don't move the ball. And if we could keep Domantas and keep developing our bigs to learn how to move the ball, and then bring people in that move the ball like Sabonis can, I think that's the recipe. And that's why I would never, ever want to trade a guy like him, a pro like him, and a unicorn like him. So there's my pitch. What do you think?
Thank you, Peter. That's excellent.
Peter, that's why I wanted to do this.
I'm not sure I agree, but it was very well
I'm still
constructed.
trading.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why I want to do this, though, because fans have so many different opinions. And I love to at least hear the reasons why. And I can see the points he's making, and the pitch was great, by the way.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Really great pitch. Will it work like that? I don't know. I see the vision there, and I also agree to the fact that, look, I mean, you're now without one of your best rebounders, and currently, like, you can't just go flip a switch and get these bigger guys right away. So I get what he's saying.
I think he made an excellent point in this when he talks about moving the ball. It's been apparent to me over the years that sometimes when we look at a basketball team, and they're talented, but it's like they're not as good as they should be. To me, often the problem is, well, no one really knows how to move the ball, which doesn't necessarily show up. And I know we look at assists, but that doesn't tell the story of people who are able to move the ball and put more pressure on the defense. So it's a great point. Domas is an excellent passer. I think if you're going to commit to him, you have to commit to running the offense through him. And not as many teams are doing that, running the offense through the center.
Yep.
So I'm not saying that means, no, you're wrong. I'm just saying it's you just have to make sure you have to put a certain type of team around him, like the Beam team was.
Right, and that's maybe probably not what they're going for.
It seems like they've gotten away from that since Doug Christie took over. And that's not a criticism. Like I said, it's just there's different ways to do it, and they haven't been as Domas-centric offensively.
Is Domas, and Peter does conjure up a thought for me, is Domas the best rebounder in the game?
He's certainly one of them. I mean, we could quibble, but you look at just by any metric.
Yeah.
I know some people were calling Allen's show or texting him a couple weeks ago, and they're saying, oh, he's not that good a rebounder. But, okay.
Really?
But
that was a whole thing.
They were. But I don't know how else you measure it. You look at the raw numbers, and, of course, those are sometimes deceiving. But, percentage of rebounds available that he gets, is he the very best? I mean, he's been a leading rebounder. He's an excellent, especially defensive rebounder. He's an excellent defensive rebounder.
And, again, you've seen the loss of that, with him on the bench.
Yeah.
It's just been
They're really bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah. You know who's tearing up the league when it comes to offensive rebounding this year? Steven Adams is destroying teams on the offensive glass. His numbers are like, whoa, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, and they're a really good offensive rebounding team. Ashley has been hanging on. Hello, Ashley. You're on the drive, guys. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. It's been too long. I hope you were well. What can we do for you?
Yeah, it has been a minute. I just wanted to say what my untouchable is. And I'm going a little bit of a different route on this. I'm going to say Doug Christie. And the reason why is we've seen him go on long win streaks when he has had a more competent, in my opinion, roster. And so this isn't necessarily a display of Doug Christie, in my opinion. It's partly a display of the injuries we've had and partly the roster that he's been handed, quite frankly. And so if we get rid of him too quickly, it's going to start a turnstile of coach after coach after coach, and I don't want to see the front office do Doug like that.
Thank you. That's another, I think.
Yeah.
This, once again, we find out why we have the smartest viewers, listeners in radio / YouTube.
And different opinions are the best, because I don't want to hear the same ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I like the creativity with that, too. The turntable of coaches. When you have that, or turntable of front office, which you've had, it's never, you never can build something if you're going to keep on firing or letting go, and you got to let it a little bit play out 100%.
I do think, I don't know this for a fact. I mean, I know that yesterday Scott Perry did tell us, though we're aligned. I do think that he is smart enough and savvy enough to recognize, Ashley, as you said, he can look at this and realize, well, it's not Doug Christie's fault.
Mm-hmm.
The things aren't going well right now.
We actually asked Scott Perry about that yesterday.
You did, right?
Yeah, I asked him the job so far, how he feels Doug has done so far, and I can't remember the exact answer, but he clearly is in Doug's corner and understands this is not exactly the roster that this will be in the future. So.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I know that a lot of the talk today and yesterday on the station has been, what Sam Amick said, and then Scott Perry pushing back on that. But something that they agree on, Sam says to his knowledge, nobody on the Kings has asked for a trade to this point. Quote, there is an understanding that it is going to take a while. And that's one thing Scott Perry has said often. So that's one thing I think everybody knows. And he said yesterday, did Scott Perry, when he was on our show, I'm not putting a timetable on it, but everybody, there's no disputing. It's like, yeah, this is going to take a while.
Mm-hmm. And, crazier things have happened. Maybe there is a surprise in there where, a team wants to make a move and that sets off another team. This is just how the NBA kind of works. But I would say more so than not, like, put your patience hat on, because it might be a little bit of a ride to get there.
Yeah. I know Sam Amick had mentioned when he was on FanDuel 3 to 5 years, and I don't know where he got that, but, I mean, you look at the history of these things, and I know I put some together for the the website about that. That's how long it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, you could always get really fortunate, and it'd be, sooner than that, but that's how long these things take historically.
Yeah, and he had also mentioned, I think, when you brought up that question, I think it was that question, he said, look around the league, like look at the teams that are at the top right now. There are a lot of them that have had to go through this, which some of those, Oklahoma, Detroit, and I know Oklahoma's was a quicker rebuild, but he did mention that in a way, too, of examples, giving examples of, hey, there are teams now that are at the top that have had to do this recently.
It's true.
So.
Yeah, it's true. And I think the underlying point there is, look, if you want to stay kind of in the middle and take some shortcuts and maybe have a good year, bad year, you could do that. But if you want to get up to the top and stay there a while, you got to pay the price, and that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Paulie joining us here in Sactown Sports. Hello, Paulie. How are you?
Hey, I'm fantastic. I got to, everybody has their own opinion, but I agree with what you guys are saying, but you have to have the tool to the puzzle. I mean, Sabonis is good, don't get me wrong, but you need a puzzle to have somebody big with him on the floor. You just can't run that because he's going to get pushed around.
Mm-hmm.
It can't work that way. And people are getting frustrated. I understand that, but you got to have a puzzle to the tool to get that fixed. Because there's no way you can build yourself around it if he's playing by himself. The Joker's going to push him around, and everybody else is going to push him around the league. And we should have kept Tuna Boat, and we wouldn't have that problem. But I mean, we all have our sayings, and this. I'm giving some good advice. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I don't know. I'm in Lodi, and I know all about the NBA because I follow it a lot.
Sure.
And I practice. I practice it a lot. And you and Ashley, you guys do a great job. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas because you guys are awesome. I'll let you know that.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Ashley was the caller. That's very nice of you to say.
Yeah, and
coming to us from Lodi.
I was actually going to ask. I was curious of who his untouchable would be then.
Mm-hmm.
But he made the point, just saying, well, I don't know if I would agree with that.
I think he's saying they need more size, right?
Yeah.
Somebody to pair with Domas.
Yeah.
I said that as one of the first things I think they needed to start doing was getting bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's people that is the Tuna Boat, is that Valanciunas?
I was wondering, is that his nickname? Tuna Boat.
Yeah, that's the second comment we've gotten today, because wasn't that what Will said when Will called said?
Yeah.
If they hadn't got rid of he didn't call him a Tuna Boat, but I'm going to now forever. They hadn't got rid of that. If they had let the Tuna Boat set sail.
TB.
That's so funny. I love
They
these
might
nicknames.
have a 500 record right now.
Well, I mean, the last time they went up against him, Tuna Boat put some numbers on him.
If Domas is going to be here a while, Sam Amick had said he talked to Domas's camp, and it looks like the message is patience. That's another thing that I'm really excited about seeing, to the point we're just talking about here. I want to see Domas and Maxime Reynaud. Can that work? Just about everybody who really knows about this stuff will tell you, it could work. That might just work. We talked to Scott Perry about it in the summer about that. Obviously, you got to wait and see, and it depends to a large degree also on the extent to which Maxime Reynaud can start hitting his three. He can be a stretch big, but that's going to be really intriguing.
I want to see. That's why I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Domas here at least like the rest of the year, just to see if that would work. And the great thing is you are getting Reno out there right now and getting him confidence. And he's the most, as Scott Perry said, one of the more vocal guys he's seen in terms of a young guy in the backcourt. You
Defensively,
know,
yeah.
So, which is great.
I remember when we were working in high school. It's nothing like this in the NBA, I know, but we were running some drills, and you had to like tell your trailer, and you had to yell trailer right, trailer. It was just talking on the floor, and I remember it's like, it felt so weird, but you have to do it.
You're like, you're like, I don't know.
Trail right, trail left, switch. But you have
someone's got to do it.
Yeah, and it sounds like Maxime is one of the best at doing that. It's really hard to tell, especially for a young player, how good they are defensively. And rookies are not very good defensively. Mm-mm. But it looks like maybe he might be a pretty good defender. Maybe he's showing signs that he can be a good defender. And that surprises me a little bit because my assumption was that's why he lasted as long as he did.
Same here.
He didn't block a lot of shots, and the story is his coach has been on station a lot and said, we didn't want him blocking shots. We didn't want him in foul trouble. So my assumption was, all right, there's some defensive deficiencies there. That's why he lasted till the second round. But now you watch the plays like, I know he's young, and like tonight he's going to get shoved around, but I'm not seeing a lot of defensive deficiencies yet.
No, he's got to work through them too, and I think that's what I love about a Doug Christie type of coach, and hopefully he can actually do this. Is you got a young guy up here, you are heavy on defense first. You got someone who's kind of moldable, and that's the beauty of the process of watching some of these young guys grow up. Because if Doug Christie is a good coach, which I think it's too early to still like speculate on what that is, he's going to help some of those things like be better with some of these players and help grow them, because they don't stop in terms of the growth process in college, guys. These young players can still be molded early on in their NBA careers.
Yeah, and obviously that we have a lot of questions about Maxime right now. I'm not saying
he's not a perfect player by any means.
Second team all defense. No. I'm just saying, all right, I think there might be more there than I was assuming there was defensively. Time for Whitey's wish list. Here are my 3 wishes for tonight.
Love it.
Kayla. First of all, and I don't know if this is official yet.
Oh, ooh, yes.
Neat Clifford in the starting lineup. I know it's been reported.
Looks like it. Zach is out.
Okay.
So looks like it's going to be there.
That was on my wish list early today. Then we had our buddy Mark Haynes said that he has learned, the Sac Observer has learned that Neat Clifford is in the starting lineup tonight. I don't think that's official yet, but
I have seen it.
That would be fun.
That would be awesome. Mm-hmm. And I think your wish list is getting a check on that.
Okay. Maxime Reno, I want to see him holding his own against Jokic. And I'm not saying shutting him down. I'm not even saying having a big game. But just there are going to be times when I hope he just lets the Joker feel him a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I think that'll be really fun to watch. And the Joker's going to be a typical Joker, right? And he's going to do his thing. I don't care, Maxime, do your thing.
You know what Maxime Reno does do is, with either hand, he's got some, he gets into his baguette a little bit under the basket. And I think he's taken some bigs by surprise with some of the things he can do.
Yeah.
And Jokic is not a great defender. He's gotten better. But I think there's going to be a time or two tonight where he's going to be like, oh, yeah, I didn't know he could do that.
And maybe if you just have a couple of those moments, again, those are moments that, believe it or not, like they can actually build on that.
Yeah, it is just the first of many, many learning experiences for Maxime Reno, hopefully against the Joker. And then third and finally, since Gordon and Brown have been out for the Nuggets, they've actually been getting up and down the floor pretty good. Mm-hmm. If you look at their numbers, they're not very highly ranked in pace, but since those guys went out, they're playing some younger, faster players. They're getting up and down the floor. So I need the Kings to channel their inner Beatles and get back in transition.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
I like your wish list
So
tonight.
that's my wish list for tonight.
I don't think it's asking too much either. It's not asking for like a new Benz.
Right.
I mean, you're just asking for some little things.
I'm very, easy to please, Gail.
Exactly.
Wish list.
I like it. Santa would like that wish list.
Will
now,
you?
whether he's going to check it, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's going to give you the nice on all those.
If I get one of them, if Neat Clifford starts tonight, I'll feel good.
I'm pretty sure I think he's going to start. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm excited to see all the Clifford dogs in the seats. I think that little Clifford dog thing is growing.
I think it is. It reminds me of some of the stuff the Giants used to do, Jay. Remember when they'd wear the panda hat and the milkmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if
Wait,
it helps you enjoy the game, good for you.
I was like, wait, I
Is he
love
trying
it.
to convince me? Or what's that?
You guys don't
Convince
like it.
yourself?
I love it. I think it's creative.
I'm glad you do. If I'm being honest, I could take it or leave it. I don't blame anybody. The guy that used to show up dressed as Kevin Herter is like, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, okay, you
do you.
You do you, buddy.
Yeah.
Pseudo Clay Thompson and the other Clay, right?
Oh,
But the
I'm with
Giants
you.
used to have,
Yeah.
they had like Brandon Belt was baby giraffe. So people wear giraffe
remember that.
hats. And then the panda hats. And
Yeah.
then for Milky Cabrera, the milkman. So
Yep.
I guess I just got to roll.
They
with
do
it.
stuff for the
you can
judge,
have fun.
too.
It's fun. You have fun at the game.
Yeah, Clifford. Very creative.
Sound like a curmudgeon right now, brother.
Kev does not agree.
No, but I'm
with
with you, Whitey. You know, I'm
standing alone on the Clifford.
Yeah, you are. You are. But
you're
it's-
with me on that. Now, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is something that people enjoy. So, you know, as you said, fan how you want to fan.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you want to do.
Especially right now, you got to do something.
Mm-hmm. I was trading Valanciunas to save $5 million for Schroeder, part of the 4D tank plan. Yeah, see, some people are still upset that Valanciunas is gone.
I feel like a
Tuna
lot
boat.
of people are upset with that.
I'm wondering if, there was talk during the summer that he was going to leave. And I'm wondering if he was going to be more determined to leave if he was here. And then when we traded you to Denver, I know contractually he couldn't leave, but I'm wondering if that was part of that. I know primarily they were saving money to bring in Schroeder, and that so far hasn't worked out.
That has not
really
worked
well.
out. Yeah. And by the way, he is out again with the hip.
Yeah.
And I know that, the tinfoil hat or whatever is coming on for many people about that situation. Well, what is that really something? Or are you just planning on something there with him?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
You're suggesting he might be moved?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything. I'm just saying. You never know.
I think he's hurt, though.
Yeah, hip flexors are,
Yeah.
especially
Are
for a
bad.
basketball player. Yeah. It's like you can't really push through that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You talked about your hip?
No, I'm not trying to bring it back to myself, but it is, like we said, anytime a player says he's hurt, even Zach LaVine, he's got thumb soreness.
That's their thing.
Yeah. I years ago, I remember there was a guy, great pitcher, J.R. Richard on the Houston Astros, and he threw hard, and he was complaining about something in his shoulder, and the stories were, he doesn't want to pitch, he's not trying, he needs to just suck it up, and he ended up having a stroke because he had like a blood clot in there.
You're kidding.
And I've from that was like 1980 or something, and I remember as a young sports fan,
Yeah.
taking from that, when a guy says he's hurt, he's the only one that knows, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Him or her, if they say they're hurt, I'm going to assume they're hurt.
Yeah, I had a situation. One of the last years, Mariota was the starting quarterback in Tennessee, and same thing with him. I think we all kind of took it a little hard on him. We did not know what was really going on. It ended up being a really serious thing,
right?
That he was actually trying to play through, and they had to sit him down because he could have had some real crazy issues from it.
Yeah.
So you learn from those things.
Yeah. Wouldn't you say that, especially in football, most players, the players that are healthy are probably dealing with things that would cost many of us a couple of days of work?
Absolutely, 100%. We saw it the other night with Justin Herbert, especially it's not his throwing hand. I don't care. The brother's left hand was getting attacked by defenders left and right. I mean, and he was out there and had a screw fresh in his arm.
Did you hear what he said about the x-ray?
No.
He said it came back mostly clean.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Awesome. Mostly
So the
clean.
screw probably only moved, like 2 inches across his.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kings basketball tonight. Thank you, Kayla.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate having you in. Hopefully you'll be back with us soon.
I think I'm back next week for a few days. Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. We take you out to Gold One Center. We got game night coming up next on Sactown Sports. Back with you tomorrow.